lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. The gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me for. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. Zelda Prime here. Tonight we are doing Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. We're going to be watching a gameplay reaction. So, nothing to it, let's get to it. Before I forget, Stofunk, thank you for the follow on Twitch, by the way.
Originally announced as the sequel to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, in 2003, Nintendo began development on a second Zelda title for the GameCube, using a similar art style. However, due to poor sales in the West, Nintendo of America advised against it, and instead proposed the idea of a more realistic and gritty Zelda title. Set to release in 2005, this title was unfortunately delayed yet another year in order to debut on not one, but two Nintendo systems. Taking advantage of new hardware and the new control scheme, this game was given a new life. Often called the spiritual successor to Ocarina of Time, this game defined a generation and took Zelda where it has never been before. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Matt, and I'm proud to present my next Let's Play, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls? They say it's the only time when our world intersects with theirs. The only time we can feel the lingering regrets of spirits who have left our world. That is why loneliness always pervades the hour of twilight. But enough talk of sadness. I have a favor to ask of you, Link. Good, because that was getting kind of depressing, dude. I was supposed to deliver something to the royal family of Hyrule the day after tomorrow. Yes, it was a task set to me by the mayor, but would you go in my stead? Sure, I think we can handle that. You have never been to Hyrule, right? Actually, I can't say that I have. In the kingdom of Hyrule, there is a great castle, and around it is Castletown, a community far bigger than our little village. And far bigger than Hyrule is the rest of the world the gods created. You should look upon it with your own eyes. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea. It's getting late. We should head back to the village. I will talk to the mayor about this matter. Alright, cool. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Twilight Princess starts out very differently than most Zelda games. In fact, most Zelda games released prior to this would just thrust you directly into your adventure. You were Link. You were the hero. You had things to do. However, Twilight Princess takes that and flips it on its head. Instead of being the hero, you're just an ordinary villager. You have a job. You have responsibilities. You have other things to do. You don't plan on becoming some hero. You don't know of any legend or prophecy beforehand. In fact, when you become the hero, everything is just sort of thrown upon you, and you have to roll with it as it comes. It's an interesting dynamic, to say the least, and it's one of the things that this game sort of pioneered, and there are some good things about that, and of course there are some bad things about that. I'll try my best to focus on the positive aspects of this game, because no one really wants to hear me rant about it for like 9 hours, and there will be time for that later on as well, because for everything this game does right, there are also a few aspects that I dislike about it, and of course, I'll talk about it as we go along. Like, as you guys know, my favorite 3D Zelda game is Wind Waker, and the fact that this was technically supposed to be a sequel but wasn't does make me a little salty, I'm not gonna lie, but what we got was something that was different, and at the time, I think, well needed. So, I'm actually really happy with Twilight Princess, and it is a fantastic game. Hey, Link, you there? Well, this guy seems like he's in a hurry, so I wonder what he wants. What's up, dude? Hey, you mind helping me herd the goats? They ain't listening to me lately. Oh no, that's terrible. So again, you can just see Link lives a normal life. We just gotta help this guy herd the goats, although Epona's gone, so that's probably an issue. Hey, where's Epona? I was just saying, that girl before came and took our horse. Didn't seem like she was stealing it. They weren't like, you know, riding off into the sunset or anything. But we should still probably go and look for Epona and try and get our horse back. So let's make our way back to actually where we were just walking in that opening cutscene with our boss. In fact, you can sort of see where we were if we just keep following this path just a little bit more. You can see that the bridge is right there. But off to the right, here's the spring, and there's our horse and the mysterious girl. Now, of course, I do know these characters' names, but I really don't want to spoil them because they do kind of play into the story, so I think I'll wait before I mention them by name just a little bit longer. Seems like she was taking care of our horse. Oh, hi, Link. I washed Epona for you. Aw, well, that was kind of nice of her. So, see, Epona was not in any danger at all. But although we do appreciate your efforts in washing Epona for us, we do need her back, so let's just take her for a spin. Now, the game wants you to get very familiar with riding Epona early on because Epona actually does play a pretty big role in this game. later on. So get used to the controls. They're fairly simple. You know, just tilt the control stick in the direction you want to go and press A to speed up. And of course, you're going to want to press A when you like approach a obstacle. That way you can jump over it and things like that. It's fairly simple controls. If you play Ocarina of Time, you should be able to pick it up no problemo. Anyway, so here we are in Ordon Village. This, for lack of a better way to phrase it, is Link's home. This is where we grew up. It's our village. All these people are practically our family, and while we could technically dismount an opponent now and talk to them, there will be time for that later on. And instead, what do you say we make our way towards the Ordon Ranch? That way we can herd all of those goats back into their pens. And for those of you wondering, I am playing the Wii version of this game. Reason being is it supports native widescreen. I believe the textures are slightly better. Unfortunately, you will have to deal with the Navi pointer on screen just for this episode, so I apologize about that, but I'll fix it for the next one. You can actually turn it off. I just don't want to go in the options right now. Anyways, here we are on the ranch. Let's talk to the owner. Sorry to get you over here in such a hurry, Link. These guys have been awful skittish lately. They won't listen to a word I say. Sorry to ask, bud, but how about you and opponent herd him into the barn real quick? We ain't got much time, so you think you can do it for me? Heck yeah, I do, man. Should be no problem at all. Much obliged there, bud. Okay then, go and herd all these little scamps into the barn for me. Alright, so herding these goats can actually be a little tricky if you don't know what you're doing, but the general strategy is just to sort of go around them in a crescent moon pattern. Every time you get close to them, press A to quote-unquote whoop them towards the pen. The only reason I say this can be kind of tricky is if you sort of get a goat at the wrong angle, it can turn completely around, and then it's literally a pain in the neck to get this thing to go into the freaking barn. Thankfully though, none of them actually turned around, so this should be pretty easy. Just keep getting in those barns. The freaking goat in thing is so weird, man. And the noise they make, I don't even know. It sounds like, I don't even know what it sounds like, but it definitely does not sound like a goat. It's really weird. But there we go, we did it. Link, opponent, much obliged to both of y'all. I can cover everything tomorrow without having to trouble you, so just sit back and relax, bud. Alright, sweet. Oh, but how about today? Want to practice with the fences? Just wait a spell, bud. I'll get some fences set up. Alright, cool. Although I don't really need to practice, but whatever. Oh, sorry that took so long. Okay then, y'all ride all you want. Y'all get tired of riding, just jump the gate and head back in the village, okay, bud? Alright. Well, since I don't really need to practice, what do you say we just jump the fence, go right back into the village, and end off the day? And thus, a new day begins. And since we don't have work today, we were able to sleep in. Although, it doesn't seem like we're going to sleep in for much longer since these dang rotten kids are on our lawn. Hey, wake up, Blink. It's morning already. Gosh darn rotten kids, man. Don't they know I'm trying to sleep? Anyways, here we are inside of Link's treehouse. This area is actually really cool. I would love...
Look at that.
Let's take a look around real quick. Obviously, there's another area over there, but we'll explore that area a little bit later on. For now, let's just continue looking around. There's a picture of a goat over here. It's kind of weird. I guess Link is sort of a goat herder, so that makes sense. But yeah, not really anything too interesting. So let's get out of here and talk to those kids. See what they're up to. Probably no good, man. You know, when I was a stinking kid, I was never up to anything good, especially when I was bothering the adults and stuff like that. So what do you guys want? Oh, Link, did you hear? They're selling a slingshot at the store right now. A slingshot! I wonder how powerful it is. I must try it. Hello, if you and Mello want it so badly, just buy it at my parents' shop. Do you see any rupees in my hands? I can't afford that thing. Come on, Beth. Can't you just loan it to us for a little while? You know I'd get in trouble for that. If you two want it, save up your allowances or something. Our allowances are terrible. Aw, I wish I was born to a family with a slingshot instead of one with a water wheel. Alright, Well, apparently these kids really, really want a slingshot. And honestly, it does sound pretty cool, so we should try and get one. If we do want to get one, we need to visit this store. Now, this is actually Beth's mother's store, as we just learned. And her name is Sarah, so this is Sarah Sundries. I don't know, I just really like that name, but she looks kind of down. Oh. Aw. What's wrong, Sarah? Oh my, it's young Link. Welcome, my dear. You didn't happen to see my little cat out there, did you? No, I didn't. He ate the fish we were going to have for supper last night, and I gave him a good scolding. But then he went out and hasn't returned. Oh, it's terrible. I'm so fraught with worry for him. I've exhausted myself. So, yeah, Sarah's in a little spell of depression right now, and she actually won't sell us anything until, she's happy again. And of course, the best way to make her happy is by returning her cat to her. But we'll do that a little bit later. For now, there's actually a few other people around town I'd like to talk to and do some favors for, because we can actually get a few items right now, which is kind of what we need to do. So let's talk to this pregnant lady. She looks like she's looking for something. Oh, good morning to you. You are looking for my husband. He took his sword and left early this morning. Her husband's our boss, by the way. But I must ask, Link, you have not seen a cradle come floating by here, have you? Can't say that I have. It is a baby's cradle made of finely woven tree bark. Oh, such a misfortune. How far could it have drifted, I wonder? Alright, so she is looking for a cradle, and it's in our best interest to actually find that for her. We also need rupees to buy that slingshot after we get Sarah's cat back. And the best way to find rupees is just by looking in various places around town. Like back here, you can find 2 rupees. And right by this pregnant lady's house, there's a couple of pumpkins. And of course, we can pick these up, throw these against the wall, and get a few rupees this way. Nothing too spectacular. We already got 4 rupees, though I believe the slingshot costs 30 rupees, so we've still got quite a few more to collect. There's a couple of pumpkins over here, though. But be careful with these ones, because if we smash too many of them, one of the villagers nearby will actually yell at you, so you might not want to break too many of them. And, wow, there was nothing in that one. Whatever. Anyways, there's another villager up there, so if we approach him, Link, try talking to me from there with A while Z targeting. So this guy is pretty much just going to teach us the basics of Z targeting. I'm going to skip over all this because, well, I'm a veteran Zelda player, and honestly, if you played any other 3D Zelda game, you should know all about Z targeting, so it's really nothing new to this series. But let's climb up here and talk to him normally. Yo, there you are. Check this out. You know Sarah at the general store? Well, isn't that her cat over there? Indeed it is. He's just been sitting there next to my house, having a staring contest with the creek. Is he winning? You don't suppose he's thinking he's gonna catch a fish, do you? Ha ha ha, a cat can't catch no fish. Actually, they probably can. Anyway, that's not what I was meaning to tell you about. I want you to take a look at something. What is it? See that grass growing there on that ledge of that rock? Haven't I seen you whistling with that stuff?
And I've lost everything, forever living in the dark. intertwined, and you're not listening. It is your choice to make a little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone.
I figured it was pretty rare to see it growing in a place like that, so I thought I'd let you know. I bet you could hop across these rocks with just a quick little tap, couldn't you? Yeah, I can. Now, obviously, he does want us to play that grass, but instead, let's ignore this first patch. And, if we jump over to this rock, check it out. That exact same grass is over here. Now, this is hawk grass. There are several different types of grass in the game, and they all do different things. But hawk grass, as you can tell, when you blow into it, it will summon a hawk from the skies. And you can actually control this hawk, which is really, really cool. Now, the reason why I wanted to call over here is because, well, check out all the way at the other end of this lake. It looks like there's an animal over there, and he's holding something. I wonder what that is. And thanks to our hawk, well, check it out. We actually know that it's the cradle that that pregnant woman was looking for. So, there we go. Now that we got this returned to us, what do you say we bring that back to her? And she'll actually give us an item.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email from your boss that you have to finish before the big meeting starts in 10 minutes. All your
For doing this, so it's well worth your time. You actually do need this item to sort of like get on with the main adventure, if you will. Oh, Link, that cradle. Did you go to the trouble of finding it for me? My thanks to you. No problem. Oh, that reminds me. There's something I'm supposed to give to you. You think you can carry that cradle and come with me back to my house? Sure thing. Now, she's kind of slow, but don't worry, we can just walk ahead of her, and, thanks to this game's instant teleportation, once we get to her house, she's automatically there. My thanks to you, Link. Yes, I had nearly forgotten. I was supposed to give you this. Alright, here you go. And for our trouble, she gives us a fishing rod, so we can use this to catch fish. We can also put, like, different lures on it to, you know, increase the variety of fish that we can catch, which is kind of cool, I guess. It is a little unpolished. My son Colin made this under the instruction of his father. You can use it if you'd like. Oh, cool, thanks. Alright, so now that we got this fishing rod, what we can do is actually sort of gain the trust of Sarah's cat. But before we do that, we actually still need rupees before we can even buy the slingshot. So these pumpkins over here, since like there are no villagers around, we can just smash these all we like. Although you don't get too many rupees from them. There's a blue rupee that is worth 5 rupees. We can roll into this tree. Got another rupee. These rocks, yeah, underneath them might be a few other rupees as well. You can also get rupees just by running into tall grass, so there we go. We can get a few extra ones. Now, I believe, like I said, the slingshot costs 30 rupees, so we're about halfway there now. And there's a few other places around town that we can get some other, like, blue and yellow rupees. Yellow ones are worth 10. We can roll into this tray, I believe, and we'll automatically get, like, 3 rupees. Well, there's 1. Oh, there's the other 2. Alright, cool. And, I believe one of these pumpkins will always contain a blue rupee, so let's smash these real quick. Alright, there's a green. So this one hopefully has a blue, otherwise then I'm a liar. And there it is, a blue one. Alright, sweet. So we only need 5 more rupees, but we can actually get even more than that. And I kind of want to get as many rupees as I can, so let's head up on this ladder, that way we can get on top of this roof. This is actually the roof of the mayor's house. That's not really too important, but I just figured I'd point it out. But up here we got a yellow rupee worth 10 rupees and some more hawk grass. So let's play this real quick. And something that I think a lot of people don't know is that you can actually press the minus button and skip this cutscene. Anyway, so now that we got this hawk, well, check it out. There is actually another yellow rupee over there. Now, hawks cannot actually go and get rupees, so instead, let's look over to the right because, well, check it out. There is a cuckoo over there, so let's grab that with our hawk friend and bring it back to us. So now that we got this, guess what we can do? Well, we can jump right off this roof and glide right over to where that yellow rupee is. Nice and easy. Also, underneath these rocks, there is another blue rupee and another green one. So, 51 rupees so far. Alright, so that's good enough for now. We can actually get some more rupees, but we'll do slingshot for now. Since we're over here, what do you say we go over to where Sarah's cat was and try and earn its trust? So obviously right now it's just going to run away from us. So what you want to do is, now we got our fishing rod, let's go and equip that real quick. And of course, cats love fish. So let's catch some fish for this cat then, shall we? Now, fishing in this game is a little weird actually. What you want to do is sort of wait till the bobber. Oh, I actually thought I almost had something there. But what I was saying, what you want to do is throw your line in and wait for the bobber to go pretty much all the way under, and then point your wheel upward. If you're playing on the GameCube, I'm not sure exactly what you need to do. Probably just press B. But here we go, fish on. So as long as you're just holding the wheel remote upward, it like does everything for you. So there we go. We already caught our first fish. Now, that's not going to gain Sarah's cat's trust all of that much. So we need to catch one more fish, and that should do it. And it looks like we got someone going on our line already. So there we go. And fish on, baby. Let's do it. Come on. It does take a little while to reel in, but there we go. We got ourselves another fish. So that should be good. And yep, there she goes. I like how Link looks all surprised, like, come on, dude, you totally knew that was going to happen. But Sarah's cat is now on her way back to Sarah's sundry, so that should make Sarah pretty dang happy now, shouldn't it? Alright, let's put our fishing rod away, but before we go inside and actually buy the slingshot, there's one more thing that I wanted to do, get a few extra rupees. Like, rupees aren't too important early on, but it is just nice to have them, I guess. So let's come up here again, and if you remember, this guy actually wanted us to use this hawk grass, and if we pick it up and blow on it, we can call our hawk buddy again. And I'm going to skip this cutscene every single time. I'll probably show it off like the first time we see some new grass, but every other time I'll just skip it. Anyways, what I want to do is aim this hawk at this sort of like hornet's nest, because if we do that, it will knock out that hornet's nest, and sometimes he'll throw a rock at it, and if he does that, the hornets will actually attack him, which is kind of funny, but I figured we would save him the pain and just knock it down for him. Anyways, let's continue climbing up these vines, and yes, climbing takes utterly forever in this game. This is like one of the downfalls, I guess, of having a realistic Zelda game. Like, it takes forever to climb things, and oh man, later on that gets really annoying. Anyways, the reason why we came up here though is because, well, check it out. There's actually a few stray rupees on these branches, so let's very carefully try and catch this blue one, and hopefully I can get over to this yellow one without falling off. Careful, there we go, sweet. Alright, so now we have 66 rupees. That's way more than we needed. So what do you say we head into Sarah's sundries and just buy ourselves that slingshot? That'll teach those dirty rotten kids. And Sarah seems much happier now. Oh, my Link, you simply must hear this. Just take a look. My little kitty Link came back. That's great. And he brought a fish back with him. He was worried about me being angry. Oh, just look. Isn't he so cute the way he laps up that milk? Say, my dear, why don't you have some too? I'm in a good mood, so it's on the house today. And so for Return the Cat, we got ourselves milk in a bottle. So not only do we get a bottle, we get milk, which restores 3 hearts. So not a bad item. It's a shame that the bottle's only half full, but whatever, it was free. Let's talk to her again, though. Oh, don't worry, you don't have to return the empty bottle, my dear. You can reuse it. You know, put something else in it. Recycling is a very important thing, my dear. I'm sure you'd never do anything of the sort, but kids these days toss things out like the whole world was disposable. It's criminal. So what do you say, my dear? Is there anything else you want today? Actually, there is. Let's look around a little bit. So we got some milk, which is just milk. We got bee larva, which you can use as bait, I believe. And of course, the slingshot, which we want. So let's purchase this. It's only 30 rupees, and we get 50 pellets. So pretty good deal. What are you doing buying a slingshot, you naughty thing? You're too old for toys. Will you at least let the kids play with it? Yes, I will. Oh, I should tell you, if you happen to run out of pellets, you can also use pumpkin seeds. Alright, very useful information. So there we go. We've finally got ourselves the slingshot. Since we don't need anything else, what do you say we get out of here? And now we can actually make our way back to our treehouse. And since we do have the slingshot, I suppose we probably should like show it off to all those kids, considering they did want to see it, and we did all the work to actually acquire it pretty much for them. But looks like our boss wants something. Ah, just in time, Link. I just delivered something to your room. Oh, I see you got the fishing rod. Call it, will be pleased. And it works better than you would think, right? what do you say we go back into our house and, oh, well, there's a spider in the way, so real quick, let's go and equip our slingshot. That way we can get this guy out of the way. Dang spiders, man, I hate them. More importantly, though, I do actually want to see what that dude delivered to us, because, like, sounds pretty important if you ask me, so I'd rather get this than talk to those dang kids any day. And wouldn't you know it, there's a chest, so let's open this up and see what we got inside. Check it out. It's a wooden sword. Yeah, it's not even a real sword, but, you know, you can still use it as a real sword, so that's kind of cool. And that pretty much does complete our basic equipment for now. So now that we have almost everything, I feel like this is a good place to end off the episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
With My Health Pays from Ambetter, members save over 40% on health insurance premiums by completing healthy activities. See you later.
Stream live TV from 85 plus channels and save up to 500.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we got some of our starting gear, so we have a nice wooden sword and a slingshot, and a few other things that really aren't too important right now. Anyways, in this episode, we're actually going to go outside and talk to the kids in front of our house because, if you remember, in the last episode, they were really interested in that slingshot. So, now that we have it, what do you say we talk to them? Link is a slingshot. Whoa! Wow, you had enough money to buy it, Link? Heck yeah, I did. I searched all around town, saving up my rupees just to get it for you guys. And it seems like they set up a nice shooting gallery for us, basically to just test out our slingshot and more or less serve as a tutorial. Preparations complete. Okay, wow, this is great. Let's see how powerful that slingshot is. Hit the targets and those scarecrows. I can't believe you two brats are so obsessed about this. It just shows what little boys you both still are. These two will never let it go, Link. Just show them. First is the control stick to aim. So that is one change that I do want to mention right off the bat. I actually turned off the pointer controls, so now everything will be done with the control stick, similar to the GameCube version. Whoa, you hit it! You hit it! It says in the slingshot manual that you can tilt the control stick to look around while using the slingshot. I thought you weren't interested, Beth. Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny how Beth isn't supposed to be interested, but yet she knows the manual. Anyways, the reason why I actually turned off the pointer controls is because, well, yes, it technically is faster to just point the screen. I feel like the control stick is more accurate because you don't have to worry about, like, your hand shaking or anything like that. You can also just, like, Z target and use the slingshot that way. Whoa, amazing, Link! If you lock on with Z, then you don't aim with the cursor at all. Yes, I just pretty much said the exact same thing. Thanks for that. But there we go, all done with the slingshot. Gee, you really are amazing, Link. Yeah, you are. You can use swords and slingshots and everything. Aw, thanks. Hey, yeah, that reminds me. You've got to teach how to use the sword, too. Seriously, lately these monkeys have been coming out of the woods and playing tricks on us. We want to get them good. Come on, teach us how to use the sword. Alright, I guess I can do that, too. As long as it's for self-defense, you don't go around, like, beating up squirrels and junk. Alright, first off, we want to see that move. The slice. You just swing, right? So yeah, even though I turned off the, pointer controls, all of the sword combat will still be done by waggling the Wii remote. I honestly do prefer the GameCube combat, but this will have to do. Wow, a horizontal slice. Was that it? Was it? I think I've seen you do a vertical slice before too, by swinging while holding the Z target. Alright, next. Oh, I want to see that other move, Link. Yeah, you target with Z, and then just tilt forward and swing. Oh, please. The stab. Alright, so we need to do a stab real quick. This one's easy. Just do what she says and thrust the Wii remote. Oh, Link, just amazing. Since you're at it, how about you show us another move? The little twirling thing you do. I love that. What do you call it, a spin attack? Yeah, you just slowly shake the nunchuck side to side. So, pretty easy. Just shake the nunchuck, and bam, there you go. Oh, wow, thanks, Link. I'm sorry you have to waste your time with these little brats when you must be tired from doing all the important stuff you do. Hey, wait! You've got to show us the jump attack before you go. The one where you go, yeah, and leap through the air. That thing you do with A while Z targeting? Alright, so let's just quickly show it off, and bam! Completely demolished that scarecrow. Whoa, and they are sorely impressed by our amazing talents at the sword. Thanks, Link. So, I think I get it. Kinda. Maybe not. So this means that anytime one of those naughty monkeys shows up... Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. Turns out there was a monkey there the whole time. They were just watching us. Plotting.
Chase it.
Those fiends, come here, you.
Chase the monkey.
Oh no, Tallow, you probably shouldn't chase after that monkey. That's not a good idea. And yeah, Colin is actually blocking the way back to town, so pretty much the game is telling us you need to go and save those kids. And whoa, Epona, calm down. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, if you get on the backside of Epona, sometimes she'll just like take off, man. She just wants to go, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, though, since we are the responsible adult, we better chase after them. Here's Beth, though, and gosh dang it, I'm going a little too fast. But you can talk to Beth or whatever, and she'll tell you, you know, that they're up ahead. There's Mallow. Again, Mallow will pretty much do the same thing. They're just there to sort of let you know they're going the right way. But Tallow, on the other hand, Tallow, he just kept chasing after that monkey. He went really, really far into the woods. Specifically, Farron Woods. And if you played Skyward Sword, that should sound familiar because... well, this game pretty much invented it. It's weird because, like, this game came after Skyward Sword on the timeline, yet Skyward Sword references something that this game invented. It's weird and convoluted. Anyways, the reason why we needed Epona was to jump over that fence. However, she will not go any further than pretty much right here, mainly because of this enemy that is blocking the path. So Epona will get spooked and not let you go any further. Like, even if you take out that enemy, she will just refuse to move. But it's okay because, well, there's actually someone over here that we want to talk to. Whoa, an Ordonian. Hey, guy. Listen, I'm not sure you should be wandering around the woods without a lantern. Just because it's daylight doesn't mean it's safe. There are tons of caves and dark spots around here that get pretty dark even in the middle of the day. Here, go on, guy. Take this. And just for talking to him, he gives us a lantern. Now, lantern's cool. We can use it to set fire things, but it does run on oil, and you run out of oil very quickly, so you're going to want to make sure that whenever you're using it, you watch your oil gauge, and just try and not use it, like, you know, when you don't need to. See, I sell lantern oil here. I'm trying to drum sales by giving away free lanterns. It's a business tactic, guy. See, as long as you've got oil to fuel your lantern, you can light your way and set fire to stuff. They're the best. Go on, guy, try setting fire to that big pot. Alright, so, real quick, let's just equip the lantern to one of our, D-pad buttons. Then we can use it anytime we want, and set fire to this guy's, like, soup or whatever this is. That's right, see? It's on fire, guy. Yeah, you keep using that lantern anytime you feel the need. And if it runs out of oil, you come to see me and get it refilled. Alright, well, let's actually put this away real quick. That way we don't waste any of our fuel because it's kind of expensive to get it refilled, especially this early on, since we don't really have too many rupees. So let's just try and save it if we can. Anyways, let's get rid of this freaking enemy. That way we can move on. And, it actually dropped a Deku Nut. Now, Deku Nuts are huge in this game. And if you throw them, you can break them and get them seeds, which you can use for your slingshot. But it does look like there's something on the ground here. Wonder what it is. You found a play wooden sword. It's Tallow's. Oh no, that cannot be good. We better keep going after Tallow ASAP, and I probably should have equipped my lantern because, yeah, it's kind of dark in here. I'll do my best to keep things lit up just so you guys can see what's going on, but it should be fine. One of the things that I like a lot about this game is that you can sort of have the lantern out and go into combat at the same time. Like, Link puts the lantern on his hip and allows you to use your sword and still fight off enemies in dark areas. It's really cool. Plus, just like in Ocarina of Time, you can use your lantern or any other source of fire to burn down spider webs. So I guess keep that in mind as you're going through your lighting the round on fire. Not going to do anything. Kind of wanted to use my sword there. Alright, actually, real quick, let me use my slingshot to break these pots. They're sort of suspended in air by, like, spider webs, but if you break them, you can get a few extra rupees. Obviously, that's not necessary. Like, you don't really need rupees this early on in the game. It's just nice to sort of get that star and have an extra few of them. Speaking of which, inside this chest, check it out. It's another yellow rupee. So, there we go. 10 more in our pocket. Not a big deal. But, what do you say we actually get out of this cave? Now, the reason why I'm not lighting torches is because, every time you use your lantern to burn something, it actually eats up just a tiny chunk of your oil, like a little more than it normally would. So I'm trying to avoid lighting things if I don't have to. Let's put that away though, just because we don't need it anymore now that we are in this sort of, I guess, swamp area of Faron Woods. And if you look at the map, you'll notice there are two sort of red sections. Basically, those are our point of interest right now. I would recommend going to the one on the left side of the map first, because if you go to the one on the right side of the map first, well, you'll be greeted by a block in your path. I'm not going to say what exactly it is, so I really don't want to like spoil too much like the future events. Of course, I have played this game before, so I know what's going to happen and you know what to expect, but I kind of, you know, still want to keep it suspenseful if I can. Anyways, though, we do want to come in this cave, kill a few of these enemies first, that way, you know, nothing's really in our way, and check it out. There is another chest, so let's open this bad boy and get ourselves a key, because yes, there would be something that was locked that we need to unlock. But more importantly though, if we light these two pillars, check it out, it causes this chest to appear, and this is a very important chest if you're trying to 100% the game. So let's see what's inside. It's our first piece of hearts. Now in this game, you actually need to collect 5 pieces of heart to complete a heart container. And that's a change I personally don't really like. And the reason why I think they did is because Twilight Princess is a very big game. It's arguably one of the largest games, if not the largest Zelda game in the series. Like, both Wind Waker and Skyward Sword were pretty large games too. However, Skyward Sword had a lot of empty space in the sky, and Wind Waker had the giant ocean, which obviously there was a lot of sailing in and a lot of empty space as well. So Twilight Princess has like the largest land mass, and the reason why I believe they split up the heart containers into 5 pieces is because they wanted more collectibles to fill up like the greater landscape that they had to work with, which is alright, I guess, but honestly, I kind of wish they kept it at 4 just so they could stay consistent through the entire series. It's not a big deal, it's more or less a pet peeve that I have. Anyways, actually, you know what, screw that, I don't feel like fighting you anymore. These blue bokoblins are just wasting my time, so I really don't want to deal with them. Just get out of my way. Oh man, I really wanted that heart. I did not mean to step in that loading zone. That kind of stinks. You know, I'm going to take it out on these guys. And actually, I guess this is a good point to show this off. Basically, there's sort of a sparkle that goes across your sword whenever you do a spin attack. That's pretty much the charge time. Like, you can't just keep spamming a spin attack over and over again. You sort of need to wait for that little sparkle to charge up. I like to think of it as the precursor to the Skyward Strike. Anyways, whoa, hey, whoa, you're super. Check this guy out. Now just buy something. Hey, so this bird is actually owned by the guy who gave us the lantern. And this is sort of his little shop that he has set up here. Welcome. Hey, buy something, anything. So he sells 2 different things. He sells lantern oil and health potions. So you can just like dip your bottle in there and grab either one of them. And then what you're supposed to do is come over to this box and deposit a few rupees. However, you can just leave without paying, but I wouldn't recommend it since the bird does get really mad at you for that. But if you're really in need of something, you can actually just like pay 1 rupee, and he won't get as mad at you. Like, he'll still get mad at you and like call you a cheapskate or something, but not really that big of a deal. If you do need some rupees though, head over here, because check it out, inside this chest you can get yourself a yellow rupee. Not bad. One thing I do want to talk about real quick though is this. Check this out. So I am walking and swinging my sword. That doesn't seem like much, but that is like one of the best additions to this game. And honestly, I don't know why they took it out of Skyward Sword, because moving while being able to like go into combat is one of the greatest things about this game. It doesn't seem like much, but trust me, after you play this game for so long and go back to like another 3D Zelda game where you can't like move and spin at the same time, it throws you off so much. So I really hope the new Zelda game actually like reintroduces that mechanic, because I like it a lot. Anyways, though, it seems like Tallow and the monkey are trapped in a cage together by these blue bokoblins. So let's take these guys out. That way we can rescue Tallow. Not so much interested in the monkey, but you know what? I guess if he has to come along with the deal, we might as well take it. Plus, it seems like Tallow and the monkey have sort of set aside their differences, I guess. But there we go. We saved Tallow. Better not do that again, buddy, I swear. Next time I'm not coming in to save you. If you hadn't come, Link, gee, me and that monkey would have gotten eaten probably. Yeah, maybe. She's actually a pretty nice gal, that monkey. She tried to protect me, so we got captured together. Link, you're not gonna mention this to my dad, are you? He's always telling me to never ever go in the forest because he says it's dangerous. Well, I mean, it kinda is. So you really can't tell him. Really, you have to promise. Not so sure I should keep that promise. Link! Uh-oh, looks like I won't have to. My son told me Tallow disappeared in the woods and had not returned. I came as soon as I heard. But it looks like you have brought him home already. I apologize. Such a task should not fall to you. Tell me, have you noticed how strange the woods seem lately? I feel uneasy about what may lie in wait. Anyway, Link. Tomorrow is finally the day you will be departing for Hyrule. I think it's a good thing that I've given this task to you. Good luck and return safely. If you are lucky, you may be...
Of course, an ad.
Guys, I'm loving how Burt's Bees sensitive skincare line has made my skin stronger and feel less sensitive.
You get to meet Princess Zelda. Maybe, that'd be kinda cool, huh? And thus, another day comes to an end. And a new one begins, here back at Ordon Ranch. It's kinda foggy today, a little weird. But yeah, we're just sorta like hanging out until we have to leave and go to Hyrule Castle. Hey, Link! Actually, seems like maybe we have one more thing to do before we can go. And if I had to guess, it has something to do with herding goats. Alright, what does this guy want? So, almost time for you to get going, huh, Link? Yep. So how's about we finish up early today, bud? Alright, anyways, let's pick up this grass because it is horseshoe grass, and if we blow into it, well, guess what? It'll actually call Epona to our side. And yes, that is Epona's song from Ocarina of Time. So instead of like walking up to her, we just call her to our side and get on. Okay, then let's get started. I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's do it. So, as you'll notice, there are a lot more goats this time around. Actually, double. And there's also a timer above us. I'm not really sure why. Like, the timer honestly does not really serve a purpose. It just keeps track of, I guess, how long it takes you to do this, because it's not like you're trying to beat a specific time or anything. I guess it's just sort of like if you want to track how fast you can do this and maybe come back later and see if you can beat your time. I don't really know. We're doing actually pretty good so far. Gosh dang, the goats are really, really nice. Oh no, this one goat's facing the... Oh man. This is going to throw everything off, isn't it? Alright, can I get these two guys in at least? Alright, I think I got one of them in. The other two guys... Ah man, he ran all the way... Alright, this is quickly getting out of hand. This is what I mean. Like, you really got to keep these goats on lock, otherwise they just screw everything. Alright. You know what, goats? We have a problem here. This is not going to be fun to get these guys back to where I want them to be. They're like running all over the place too. They're not even like being remotely... Alright, this guy is just insane right now. You need to go all the way... I'm going to have to go all the way around, don't I? This is ridiculous. Come on, dude. You just go in there and you need to turn around. There we go. Alright, finally we got these guys back in order. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's a pain if they get out of order. But there we go. We finally got all 20 of them back in the barn. Hoo boy! But y'all can heard, that was 1:37 faster than usual. That was actually kind of slow, dude, but whatever. Well, that about wraps her up for today, so how's about y'all heading over to the mayor's place? That seems like a good idea. We can correct some of the fences, but honestly, well, you know what, maybe we should, honestly, because I should have made that jump. I don't know what it is right now. I cannot ride a pony to save my life. Let's get out of here, though. That way we can go back to the village and start our adventure towards Hyrule. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun, and leaving the village for the first time will be pretty dang cool. Plus, I really do like this cutscene of like Link riding into the village slowly on Epona, and like Ilya and the mayor waiting in wait for us. Also, I never understood why the mayor has like horns attached to his face. Like, at first I thought it was a mustache, but I'm pretty sure those are horns. It's really just kind of gross, honestly. Oh, done hurting for the day, Link? Yep. Well, nice work. Thanks. I'm all ready to go to Hyrule then. The royal gift Russell told you about is ready, so you should get ready for your trip to Hyrule Castle. Now, the royal family requested this gift specifically, so it's real special. It'd be bad if the representative of Ordon were to be late for such an occasion. You get me, lad? The path before you is a long one, my sweet horse, but please, bear Link safely along it. Wait, what's this? Now, there's supposed to be an injury there, but you can't actually see it. What happened? She's injured, isn't she? Oh, Link, how could you? You were pushing your opponent too hard again. I bet you hurt her legs jumping fences, didn't you? Well, actually, I kind of failed jumping the fences. Now, Ilya, there's no need to get so hot with him. Father! How can you be so easy on him? You're the mayor. You should start acting like one. Dang, she told you. You poor thing. She cares more about the dang horse than us. I love this expression. It'll be alright, opponent. I'll take you to the forest springs right now. Actually, we kind of need a horse. Once we soothe you in the spirit spring, you'll feel better in no time. Ilya? Wait! Ilya! Why, without Epona, the gift won't get delivered in time. Yeah, this is kind of a problem. Oh, this won't do. Don't worry, sir. I'll get our horse back, because apparently I'm the only one with a horse in the entire village. Or there's only one horse in the entire village, and I just happen to own it. But we do need to get Epona back. However, we're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we chased Tallow and a monkey into the woods and saved them from some monsters. Also, we heard some goats, and then Ilya stole our horse, so we kind of need to get Epona back. That way, in this episode, we can start making our way towards Hyrule Castle and deliver that gift. So let's make our way towards the Spirit Spring, because that's where Ilya has actually taken Epona. Colin seems to want something, though. Link, are you going to see Ilya? Actually, yes I am. Maybe it's just me, but those guys don't normally let people through. What, Tallow and Mallow? Link, you think we can go see Ilya together? Sure, but let me do something first, Colin. We'll deal with Tallow and Mallow in a minute. Instead, what do you say we go back inside our house real quick, because remember a while ago when I said that I wanted to show off the rest of Link's house? Well, now we have the lantern, we can actually explore Link's basement. The reason why I didn't want to go down there before is because it's actually completely dark unless you're using the lantern, so yeah, it's a good thing that we waited to do this. There's actually something we can pick up down here too, but yeah, just look at this, look how dark this is. Anyways, let there be light, and check it out, there's a chest down here, so let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. It's a purple rupee, which is worth 50 rupees, so just some extra money for our wallet. Nothing really too important down here besides that, though, so now that we got that, let's head back up and get out of here. It's always nice, though, to have some extra rupees, even though, like I said before, rupees aren't really that important this early on in the game, but I figured, since we're here, we might as well pick it up. Alrighty, so now that we have these 50 rupees, let's head back outside, get Colin, and then talk to Tallow and Mallow and figure out why they won't let Colin go see Ilya. Like, we better sort out this problem now before we leave on our grand adventure. So, what's going on here, guys? Talk to me. Hey, we've been waiting for you, you know, Link. Yesterday was so much fun. Yeah, chasing that monkey was great. Look at freaking Mallow, man, he's so cute. I was just telling Mallow here about how we wanted to show it to him, but we let it go instead. That's not what happened. Oh, you didn't get caught, Tallow. Seems like Tallow is stretching the truth. Oh, Colin. Way to spoil everything by telling your dad. Nice job. Yeah, thanks a lot. We got scolded by our dad something awful. I thought it was never gonna end. I bet you're trying to go see Ilya, aren't you? Well, there's no way I'm gonna let you pass. Oh, hey, neat, Link. Let me borrow that wooden sword. Hell, you need to focus, man. If I'd had that wooden sword yesterday, I could have handled it all alone. Definitely. I don't know about that. Come on, let me borrow that wooden sword right now. Alright, sure, whatever. If it solves the problem, you can have it. I don't have time to deal with all this. Whoa! Yes! Alright, well, he's happy now. With this thing... Oh, show who? I thought you and the monkey actually became friends now, but... Now, whatever. You guys have fun with that. Link. Yes, Colin? Thanks. Don't mention it, buddy. Those guys are always teasing me. What's so fun about swinging something like that around anyways? I hate it. It's scary. But when I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you, Link. I don't want to learn about swords or anything, but could you teach me how to ride a horse sometime? Sure, I guess. Can you? You have to promise. Alright, I'll teach you how to ride Epona, but first, we actually need to get her back. But at least we were able to put a stop to the kid drama, at least for the time being, but let's be real, like, as soon as Tyler gets bored of beating up that scarecrow, he's probably just going to move on to beating up Colin with our wooden sword. But you know what? Hopefully at that point, we'll be long gone, and it won't be our problem to deal with.
The holidays. Again. Seize the season. Seize the glen with it.
Alright, so let's make our way over the spring ASAP. That way we can grab Epona and get out of here, because I'm really excited to finally be able to start our adventure and get out of, like, this introductory town. And aw man, it looks like the gates are locked, but we can talk to Colin, so hopefully he'll be able to unlock the gates for us. Link! What's up, buddy? Oh snap, Ilya looks pissed. If you came to take Epona back, you can forget it. Why don't you think about what you've done for a change? I won't open the gate until you change your attitude. Ilya, I really need Epona back for this. Ilya, you don't know what happened yesterday. Listen, I don't know if she'll listen to me, but let me try and explain about Tallow and the monkey, okay? You crawl in here through the tunnel in the back. Will I do, Link? Alright, Colin, that sounds like a good idea. Hopefully, you can talk some sense into her, and she'll give us our horse back. But I mean, this is ridiculous, man. We gotta go all the way around and crawl through some dirty tunnel just to get into spring so we can get our own horse back. And this is really where you can see how this game, like, runs off of a modified Wind Waker engine, because the crawling mechanic is almost identical to the one in Wind Waker. Anyways, it's gonna be a pretty lengthy cutscene, so I'll try and stay quiet for most of it. I had no idea. I hadn't heard the details about Talow's capture. But Colin... I like how Link is just creeping. So, you still prefer your master over me, huh, Epona? Don't worry about your horse, Link. Fortunately, it looks like the injury isn't too serious. You two can go on together. But Link, can you at least promise me this? No matter what happens on your journey, don't try to do anything out of your league. Please. Just come home safely. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. That had to hurt. who that is. Things are not really going too well for Link right now. We've been transported to a different world, turned into a wolf, and now we're shackled up in some jail cell. So, yeah, really, things can't get much worse than this. We really need to get out of here and find a way back to our world, because I don't even know, like, at this point, honestly, is delivering the sword even a top priority? Let's just get out of here. Although it doesn't seem like we can really break these chains. And hey, it's that person from before. What do they want? I found you. Ooh, aren't you scary? Are you sure you want to be doing that? Snarling and glaring at me? Well, that's too bad. I was planning on helping you, if you were nice. That's much better. You humans are obedient to a fault, aren't you? Oops, but you aren't a human anymore, are you? You're a beast. There, you be a good boy and calm down. No need to bite. You look kind of surprised. So, I bet you're wondering where exactly we are. Actually, yes I am. Well, I'll make you a deal. If you can get over here, maybe I'll tell you. That's not really a deal because he said maybe, so that doesn't really guarantee me anything, but I guess really I have no choice. So, let's see what we can do. Now that we're a wolf, things are a little bit different. Obviously, we can still move around just the same. Our roll attack is replaced with a dash, so we can move a little bit faster just by doing that. And of course, if we shake the Wii remote, we can still attack. And we can also dig by pressing down on the D-pad, but of course, you really only want to do that in certain spots. Anyway, to get out of here, what we want to do is attack this crate, and we can come over here and actually dig in sort of this soft soil spot, and bam! There we go. We can dig under the cell and get ourselves out of jail. I guess you're not completely stupid after all. Listen, I like you, so I think I'll get you out of here. But in exchange for my help, you have to do exactly as I say. If you need anything from me, just press up to give me a sign. So, are we clear? Good. Now come on, get moving. Alright. You know, I can't really say that I like this person right now, but they're the only one that seems to help us. So, what do you say we just get out of this, like, weird prison cell? We can actually use the abilities of this person in our advantage to point out different objects to us right now and teach us various things. I don't really want to, like, spoil her name or, you know, who she actually is just yet, because the game will do that for us in due time. But for now, let's keep following this path and get out of here. Ooh, what is this? Oh, well. Want to see something interesting? You're a beast. You should know what to do. Use your senses with the D-pad and poke around. So yes, another ability that we have is sort of our beast vision, which allows us to see the spirits of different people. We can also listen into whatever it is that they are saying. So let's see what this hiding guard is sort of worrying about, I guess. Can't run any further. That's far enough, right? I'll be safe here, I think. What was that noise? Don't anything come near me? Huh. So obviously he can't see us. We can sort of see him, but we're like in different dimensions, if that makes any sense. And I'm sure the game will explain it better later on. That was a soldier's spirit. Maybe it was someone from the other world. There are lots of other spirits roaming around you, you know. Point your senses to the D-pad to see them. they might know things. So yeah, obviously anytime you see one of those like floating souls, if you will, you can listen in on their conversation and it'll sort of give you hints or tips on where you need to go next and what you need to do. Of course, I'll only do that to the ones that are absolutely necessary because I already know this game pretty well. Anyways, though, I think I'm going to end off the episode here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we were transported to this weird dimension, turned into a wolf, and thrown in jail. Thankfully, though, with the help of this little imp, we actually broke out of jail and made our way into the sewer system. Although we still have no idea who this person is or where we are. But she does promise to tell us, where exactly we are should we actually get out of the sewer system and make our way back up to the surface. So that's sort of where we're at. I know a lot happened in the last episode, and that was just my best attempt at catching you guys up. But in this episode, we're going to try and make our way to the surface and find out where we are. I doubt you're used to your new body yet, so I'll just tell you. Think about how you fought enemies in your human form. Just because your shape has changed doesn't mean your instincts have as well. And that just means that yes, we can still attack enemies when we're in this form. I'm pretty sure I explained that in the last episode. Anyway, so here's our first puzzle. We need to make our way across these spikes. Of course, we can't just like walk or jump across them. So what you want to do is grab this lever because, well, we're in a sewer system. And if you pull levers near floodgates, well, guess what happens? It will raise the water level. Although we are like now swimming in raw sewage, which is kind of gross. But maybe this isn't really a sewer. Maybe it's like a well of some sort, because the water seems kind of clear for a sewer. So I'm inclined to think it's not really that. Anyways, let's take out this Twilight Beast just because I don't want him bothering me while we're going through here. Let's see, let's come over here because, yeah, check it out. Midnight's just going to like phase through that fence this way. Over here. Well, I can't just do that. I'll be waiting for you, but you'll have to help yourself for a change. What are you talking about, man? You were the one riding on my back the entire time. Alright, so we need to figure out a way to get over there. The simple solution is just going to be to lower the water back down to its original state. So let's pull this lever, and that'll open up this floodgate, which will drain the water instead of adding more, which is kind of nice, I suppose. And now the water is back down to its original state. Let's see if we can find, like, any other ways around that gate. There should be something nearby, I believe. So it's a pretty easy puzzle to solve. It doesn't really take too much time. It just sort of introduces you to how the wolf mechanics work and stuff like that. Alright, so let's enter this hole and just crawl through here. Now, something I actually do want to show off is that if you turn on your senses, sure you can talk to spirits, but you'll notice that this ground is glowing, and if we dig on it, we can actually find a couple of things like rupees, hearts, or more important things later on. Let's talk to this guy though. Please, I am but a lowly soldier. Please, someone save me from these evil creatures. Ah! Now the reason why I talked to that guy is because I just wanted to point out that everyone in here is a soldier, which is kind of weird. Aw, did the detour tire you out, little wolf? By the way, are you holding your senses like you should? Actually, yes. It looks like the spirits in here, they're all soldiers. Where in the world can we be? You went out of here, right? Okay, we're off. So obviously she knows exactly where we are. She's just leading us on, like pretending to not know. And holy crap, this is a really big tower. Like, a place filled with soldiers in a really big tower, like, doesn't really make much sense, honestly. Like, I have no idea where we are. What are you doing? Don't worry, guys, that was actually scripted. No matter what you do, you're always going to fail that first jump. But if we come over here again, now we have the ability to call on our friend here. I guess I have to do everything for you. I'll guide you to sure footing, so target me with Z and follow me with A. Alright, so this is pretty cool. Now we can target this person, and then just press A, and we can jump like really far distances, and no matter what, we'll pretty much always make the jump. You do kind of want to be quick though, because if you take too long, like, you might lose balance, or if you're on a crumbling platform, it might just crumble from underneath you before you can actually finish the jump, and then you have to like redo everything all over again. So make sure you're pretty quick. Alright, so now let's just try and get across this rope. Just approach it carefully and it should automatically put you on it. And then don't worry about like balancing. You'll automatically be able to walk across it perfectly fine. Anyways, a few more jumps and there we go. We're pretty much like halfway up the tower now. Just a little bit more to go. And we can finally get out of this place. Anyways, these enemies are Twilight keys. And did we actually kill all three of them at the same time? Holy crap, that was amazing. I was about to say these guys are really annoying because they fly and they're really hard to target in wolf form, but dang, I guess if you can line them up, they go down pretty dang quickly. So, you know where we are yet? No, nothing really has changed, honestly. I still have no idea where we are. Well, if you go to the top, you might figure it out. Alright, well, let's get up there then. 1, 2, and 3. Sweet, we made it. Now, maybe we can figure out where we are. There's the hiding crest. And, looks like we're on top of a castle, maybe? Although, it's like, kind of destroyed almost, so... I mean, could this really be Hyrule Castle? I don't really think so. It seems too dark and kind of destroyed. So, we are finally able to get out. And look at the sky. Isn't the black cloud of Twilight looking beautiful today?
No.
You know where this is. You still don't know. Not really, honestly. Look, there's someone I want to introduce to you. But I'll need you to get to that tower to do it. Man, there's always one more thing to do with this person. Like, I guess she did free us from prison, but it does kind of feel like she's taking advantage of us right now. But I guess we do owe her at least this much. And hey, another spirit. So, there are even spirits up here, huh? This whole spirit thing is pretty new to you, isn't it? Even though these guys can see those monsters, they don't know a thing about you. If you think I'm lying, why don't you check it out? Hone your fine senses. Alright, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's talk to this guy. Maybe he knows something. What are these monstrous birds? What in the world is happening here? Our poor Hyrule Castle. Whoa! So this is Hyrule Castle then. Hee, that wasn't the person I wanted you to meet, by the way. Well, let's just try and get to that tower. So, if this is Hyrule Castle, then that begs the question, what in the world happened here, and why is this place like so dark and evil and also infested with monsters? These are dark Cargarocks, by the way. Be careful fighting them up here because if you sort of lunge at them when they are over a pit, you'll actually just like completely fall. Oh crap. Wow, just as I was saying that too. But yeah, if you lunge at them when they're over a pit, you will fall into the pit yourself. Like, Link will not stop, so you kind of got to be a little bit careful. Although, me falling into the pit there,
Just be careful, you don't fall up here. Oh, crap.
That was just me and my own stupidity leading to my own death there, but not a big deal, I guess. Let's just pick up this heart, and hopefully we can jump across here this time. There we go. That's what I was trying to do originally. I don't know why, like, I stopped randomly and grabbed down the ledge, but doesn't really matter. Let's just get this guy out here, that way he doesn't bother us while we're trying to make a couple jumps later on. And now we should be good to go. Actually, let me see if there's a heart in this skull. That way I can just... There we go. You can fill up my heart meter, and now we're good to go. Look, just a little further. Alright, good, because I'm actually really interested now to figure out who you actually want to introduce us to, because now that we're at Hyrule Castle, there's really only like a handful of people that it could actually be. Alright, let's see if we can just like bypass these birds, because I really do not want to fight them. Sweet! We actually made it. Good, because that was actually going to be really annoying. Anyways, here we are now inside this tower. Sweet! Let's just make our way up to the top, and hopefully someone's there waiting for us. And look at that, there is. But who is it? That's the real question. Midna. Ah, so that's her name. Remember my name. What an honor for me. you were searching. He's not exactly what I had in mind, but I guess I'll do. You were in prison. I am sorry. Poor thing. He has no idea where this is or what happened. So, don't you think you should explain to him what you managed to do? You owe him that much. Twilight Princess. Listen carefully. This was once the land where the power of the gods was said to slumber. This was once the kingdom of Hyrule. But that blessed kingdom has been transformed by the king that rules the twilight. It has been turned into a world of shadows, ruled by creatures who shun the light. It is time for you to choose. Surrender or die. Oh yes, a question for all the land and people of Hyrule. Life or death?
You want some pizza? Yeah, and ranch. Hidden Valley Ranch and pizza. I know it tastes good skin.
Twilight covered Hyrule like a shroud, and without light, the people became as spirits. Within the twilight, they live on, unaware that they have passed into spirit forms. All the people know now is fear, fear of a nameless evil. The kingdom succumbed to the twilight, but I remain its princess. I am Zelda. You don't have to look so sad. We actually find it to be quite livable. I mean, is perpetual twilight really all that bad? Midna, this is no time for levity. The shadow beasts have been searching far and wide for you. Why is this? Why indeed? You tell me. Time has grown short. The guards will soon make his rounds. You must leave here, quickly. Alright, try to let that sink in for a little bit, but basically, what happened was Hyrule Castle was invaded by some evil force, and to save the lives of her people, Zelda pretty much surrendered her kingdom, and now, well, it's been enveloped in twilight. Not that way. The guard's coming. Boy, he's prompt. I'm still not really sure where we fit into this whole equation that they have going on. Like, why does Midna want our help, and why should we help them? Like, we really don't have our motivation right now. Like, why should we care of the fate of Hyrule Castle, or Princess Zelda for that matter? Like, we're just a normal farmer's boy, really. Well, do you understand where we are now? I think I've got it. I guess a promise is a promise, so I'll let you go back to where you first tumbled into the twilight. But, are you really sure you should be going back? Are you sure you aren't forgetting anything important? Like what? Colin, Ilya, do you want to save them? Well, in that case, little Midna would be happy to help you. But, well, you'd have to be my servant, and like a servant, you'd have to do exactly as I say. Why don't you go back, take a little time, and give it some thought? And there it is. That's pretty much our motivation now for helping out Midna and saving Hyrule, because I truly believe that this is like one of the only incarnations of Link that had no intent of being the hero, and if his own, like, friends were never put in any danger, he probably wouldn't have had any reason to, save the Kingdom of Hyrule. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention one thing. What's that? Though you may have left the darkened realm, you haven't transformed back to your former self, and you won't anytime soon. Now, why could that be? Oh, great, and now we're stuck like a wolf. That is fantastic. See you later. Well, that doesn't really leave us with too many options now, does it? I guess being stuck in our wolf form also is a reason why Link would want to save the Kingdom of Hyrule, so he could return back to his former self, too. So, what's next? Wait. Oh, Midna is still with us. Well, that's interesting. Did you think I'd disappear? So, she's basically our shadow now. Listen, there's another thing I forgot to tell you. Don't think you can just run off and save your friends, because you can't. Just beyond that bridge, the land is covered in twilight. Last time, a shadow beast pulled you through the current of the twilight. But, if you want to go that way this time, you'll need the cooperation of someone from the twilight, like me. I see where this is going. So you really have no choice but to do what I say. Saving your friends and all that, well, that'll depend on your actions. Because you can never trust words, you know. Right now, I want a sword and a shield. That'll suit me. You do understand me, don't you? So what do you plan to do? While you're here dwelling, the twilight continues to expand. Come on, hurry it up. Alright, so the twilight is expanding as well. Well, that is certainly not good. Let's see if we can find a sword and shield in Ordon Village. But you know what? I think we're going to do that in the next episode. So, if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But, once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we met with Princess Zelda and found out that pretty much a good majority of Hyrule has been enveloped in twilight, and our friends are in danger, and we need to save them. So, in order to do that, in this episode, we need to find a sword and a shield, although we can't really use them because, as you can tell, we are still stuck in our wolf form, and We're not going to be able to change back anytime soon, it seems like, because we're not even sure why we're stuck in this form, but I'm sure we'll find out later on, and hopefully figure out a way to transform back into our human form. Until that, we'll just have to deal with it. Personally, I don't particularly like the wolf style of gameplay. I prefer being Link as a human, but, I mean, it's not too terrible. It's still somewhat fun, I guess. Wait! Who's this? Oh, it's a squirrel. Thank you for taking care of those bad guys. They made both the village and the forest a mess. They kidnapped the village children. Oh no, that's terrible. But I know, you're not one of them. I can tell because you smell like the trees of Ordon. If you run into any trouble, try talking to the animals. We animals understand one another, so you'll be alright. Alright, so that is another feature of Wolf Link. You can actually talk to other animals and get, like, you know, different tips or hints from them and stuff like that. It's pretty much the same thing how you can talk to, like, spirits with your senses, except you can do it in the normal world. Oh, how did it come to this? What's wrong, man? The children. Please say nothing's happened. Please forgive your good-for-nothing father. Alright, so we want to be a little bit careful since we're back in the village now. We are still a wolf. Most of the villagers will be frightened by us, so you kind of want to be a little bit, like, sneaky when you're going through here. Oh, about that shield. Hey, not so loud. Oh, they're talking about a shield, huh? Well, let's sneak up on them and see if we can listen in on their conversation without them noticing us. So, that shield is still in your house, right? Yeah, it should be in our storage loft. Good. Go grab it, quick as you can. Russell got wounded pretty bad, so we can't go search for the kids. I'll take over for him. But Russell had a sword, there, and he still got hurt. If you're unarmed, you're done for. I'll be fine. The sword we're gonna present to the royal family should still be at Russell's house. Oh yeah? Alright, I understand, Mayor. I'll hurry up and get that shield. You just wait here. Oh no, they spotted us. No good. Run! Well, at least we know there's a shield inside that house, so that's one good thing to come from that. That's not a bad bit of information you heard, huh? Look at that open window. This village is full of idiots. Hey, I'm from this village. So... we should jump up there. But from where? Well, I would guess just from the ground next to it, Midna, and you're calling us the idiots. Monster! Uh-oh. You've returned for more, haven't you? My daughter! Return her! And take this! Oh no, that's hawk grass. That can only mean one thing. Listen, dude, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to break into that house and steal a shield. That sounds a lot worse than it does in my head. I'm just gonna get out of here before we get attacked by that hawk. And hey, it's Sarah's cat. What does she want? Were you attacked by that hawk? You're no match for him. I'm sorry. That person calling the hawk is my master's husband. You can sneak up from behind and scare him, Meow. Ah, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea. If we scare him, maybe he'll just, like, leave us alone or something. What do you want, Midna? Hey, that guy up there, don't just ignore him, do something. We're working on it right now, calm down. I was actually hoping that I could get close enough to this rock, that way, you know, we could trigger this. Come on, let's get up on the roof from here and scare that guy. Look at him, posing like he's on point. Wait until he sees us. Yeah, we'll show him. So now we can use Midna to jump on this roof, and now we can sneak up from behind this guy very carefully. So boo! What's going on now, tough guy? Whoa! Yeah, that's right. You run away. And from here we can call on Midna again and jump over this water wheel, and now we're on the roof. Hooray! Now let's just break into this house, grab our shield, and then we'll be halfway done. And would you look at that? The shield's right across from us. Fantastic. Anyways, let's call upon Midna one more time. Found it! Found it! You didn't do anything. I knew where it was the whole time. Let's just jump up here though, and now we can dash into the wall twice, and ta-da! There we go. The shield is ours. Now, we could use Z to defend ourselves, but since we're kind of a wolf, doesn't really do much. It looks kind of cheap. Well, what do you expect? This is kind of a small village. Alright, then, next to the sword. Hurry up and get one. Alright, so, from that conversation we overheard earlier, we know that there is a sword at Russell's house. So, what do you say we try and break into that house and get it? What was that sound? The children could not have returned. Could they? I must go out and search one last time. You get inside the house. I have placed a sword that was to be our gift to Hyrule on the couch. If the mayor comes for it, please give it to him. But darling, your injuries. Uh-oh. Well, this is not good. So Russell is out on the prowl, and you're going to want to avoid him because even though he's injured, he still has a sword, and he will still try to attack you if you get close to him and, like, pose a threat. But if you just, like, go around him, he shouldn't be too much of a problem. Basically, though, what you want to do is get to the side of his house, turn on your senses, and check it out. There's a dig spot next to these logs, and, well, if we dig down, guess what? Since he never finished the flooring in his house, we can just dig right in. And the sword is directly on the couch, so let's just grab this, and bam! There we go, we got ourselves the Ordon sword. Minna should be pretty happy. Alright, so now you have a sword. Looks like you can actually be useful when you concentrate. Thanks. Alright, no more detours. I'm going to take you back into Twilight. Go back to the woods where you first transformed into that shape. Alright, well I guess now we sort of have our starting gear again, if you will. And there's really nothing else that we need to do in this village now, so going back to the Twilight does seem like a good idea, I suppose. Let's try and avoid Russell again, because he should still be out here. Yeah, he's over there. I don't want to deal with him. Don't really want to terrorize this village anymore, so we'll just get out of here and go back to the Twilight Realm, although not really too sure why we had to, like, pick up this sword and shield now, since we can't use it, and I really don't think Minna's going to be the one to use the sword and shield, so I guess maybe we're just grabbing it for later on when we do eventually transform back into our normal self. Wait. Uh-oh. What's this? Come to my spring. I wonder who this could be. You have been transformed by the power of shadow. Come to me. Uh-oh, it's a trap! Beware, a shadow being, it approaches! Well, gee, thanks, guy, you couldn't warn me a little bit sooner? Every time you see a red portal, you always know it's going to be something bad, pretty much. Anyways, we have another one of these weird Twilight beasts. These guys are a little bit easier to take on now that we're in our wolf form, but we can just, like, latch on them and press A to gnaw off their neck. It's kind of vicious if you really think about it, but 2 attacks will take them out easy peasy. So there we go. Oh, brave youth. I am one of the 4 light spirits that protect Hyrule at the behest of the gods. I am Ordana. The black beast you slayed was a shadow being. It had come to seize the power of light I wield. My brethren in Hyrule have already had their life stolen by these fell beasts. The entire kingdom has been reduced to another world ruled by the cursed powers of darkness. The blight will not stop with Hyrule. Before long, the entire world of light will fall into the hands of the king who rules the Twilight.
The monster's gonna get you out here.
To save this land from the King of Twilight, the lost light must be recovered. The 3 light spirits who have lost their light must be revived. There is but one who can revive them and redeem this land. You. You still have not discovered your true power. Those transformed by Twilight usually cannot recover their original forms. Unless, if you were to return to Faron Woods, where you were first transformed, if you were to revive that light spirit, there, by the power of the light spirit, you may find the means to regain your other state of being. Well, alright then, I guess we do have a chance to return back to our original form, but we have to go to Faron Woods and revive the light spirit. We were sort of on our way there already, but I guess this gives us even more motivation to get back there now, because I desperately want to return back to our human form. Then we can really start to get things done, and holy crap, it is really dark over here. The Twilight might even be expanding, who knows? Hey, look, the Faron Woods that you know so well, they're now covered in Twilight. You might not be able to come back here, but you still want to go? Well, yeah, we really don't have much of a choice, so let's do it. You know, Minute, you could be a little more gentle with bringing us into the Twilight. Like, that kind of looks like it hurt. Anyways, though, here we are, back in Faron Woods. And if I had to guess, that spring is probably where the light spirit is located. We did also pass it when we were on Epona when we went to save Tallow a while back too. So these are the weapons you use in your world. Well, not exactly like that, man. I don't even know why you have the shield on your face right now. It's not a mask, but oh, calm down. You're gonna hurt someone with that. Be careful. You really think that this thing can slay the creatures of Twilight? Not with the way you're using it. Well, I won't use these, but I'll hang on to them for you. Oh, great. Thanks so much. Glad I wasted all that time getting them. Alright, a promise is a promise. I trust you enough to help. Well, that's good. What do you want? In exchange for my help, though, I need you to gather some things for me. Again, what now? Look, I can't tell you all the details now, but it'll be easy, trust me. Alright. But enough about that. You hear that noise? It's the lamentation of the spirit that had its light stolen. Where in the world could it be? Better get going, don't you think? Don't blame me for your world's fate if you don't hurry up and find the light. You know, Minna, you're not really good at, giving motivational speeches. Come on, snap to it. But she is right, though. The Twilight is spreading, so we better go and find that light spirit as fast as we can to hopefully dispel the Twilight and return ourselves to our original form, and maybe even rescue Colin and Ilya while we're at it, although I doubt it's going to be as easy as saving that first light spirit, so we're probably going to have to do a lot more. And oh no, we're trapped again, and here comes another portal. That can only mean one thing. We've got to fight some more shadow beasts, so that's going to be fun. This time, though, it's not just one of them, it's actually 3 of them, and these guys can be kind of dangerous in large groups. You'll see why in a second, but as far as damage output, these guys actually do a heart of damage. Oh, we're penned in again. Who do they think they're dealing with? No need to take these little pests on one at a time, right? you can take them all at once. So, you can handle this by yourself, can't you? Good luck, bye. Oh great, thanks a lot, Midna. Just leave us here all by ourselves. At least we do know how to attack these guys and take them down now by lunging at them and just biting their neck. Although I'm not too sure what she was talking about, like attacking them all at once, considering we don't actually know how to do that yet. Although I doubt that'll be too much of a problem. Don't speak too soon though, because these guys actually do have a very annoying ability. So if they're in a group and you leave one of them alive, they can just sort of like scream and instantly revive the other enemies around them. So it's actually really obnoxious. What's the holdup? If you leave the last one alive, it's just going to use that shriek to bring the others back. Listen, let me help you out here. Just move like I tell you. You just hold down B and I'll expand the energy field and close all of your enemies within it and release the button. Alright, sounds easy. Now, so yeah, basically just hold down B, and if we can line up all the enemies in here, actually, yeah, we're not going to have time to do that. It does have a limited amount of time, like you can hold the charge for it, so you kind of got to be a little bit careful, but as long as you get everyone in it, you can attack them pretty much all at the same time before they have a chance to scream, and that's how you deal with groups of these enemies. So it's actually pretty easy because it kills them all in one hit too. Anyways, the light spirit and the spring are directly in front of us, but you know what? I think I'm going to end off the episode here. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
It's been years now, washing up on this shore.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Mountain. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we stole a sword and a shield from Mordon Village and went back to the land of Twilight. In this episode, we're actually going to try and restore light to this area. So, let's head over this spring because, believe it or not, this is where the next Spirit of Light is. And that's his essence right there. So what do you say we jump over here and check it out? Please, be careful. These woods have changed. Yeah, I can see that. The dark clouds of dusk cover this land. The drape of shadows is called Twilight. In this twilight, those who live in the light become as mere spirits. It is a place where the dark ones and evil creatures dwell. I am a spirit of light. Blue-eyed beast. Look for my light. Retrieve the light stolen by the dark beasts, and keep it in this vessel. Alright, so he's going to give us a vessel of light, and basically our job now is to go around this entire area and look for tears of light to fill this thing up, and then restore this area to its prior state. In the shadows of twilight, the dark insects are as invisible as normal beings are here. Let me use the last of my power to reveal the locations of the dark insects that consume the light. So as you can see, all the blue dots on this map are the dark insects that we need to find. Find the insects of darkness. The dark insects, they are the form taken by evil, once it has latched onto our scattered light. Alright, so let's begin the search then. As you can see on our map, there are several white dots. Those white dots indicate where the insects are nearby. We can use our senses to actually see the insects, but we still have to take them out. And that actually can be quite difficult because, yeah, they move really quick, and attacking in wolf form isn't exactly the most precise thing in the world. Make sure you also stick around long enough to actually grab the tear of light because it'll just like float to a random spot, so you need to grab that. Anyways, this guy, yeah, he went underneath that fence, but you know what? That's okay because we are going to leave him there for a little bit and instead head over here because, again, looking at our map, there are some more white dots in this direction. I believe, yeah, there we go. Let's just bash into this wall, knock this insect down. Now, this whole tear of light mechanic, I gotta say, it's actually one of my least favorite things about this game. In fact, I kind of don't like it at all. It's really tedious and obnoxious. Like, this is one of the quicker Tears of Light mission too, but it's still going to take us some time to just get done, and they only get longer and more annoying as the game goes on, so you can imagine why I just really don't like it. Looks like we can get in there. Alright, sounds like a good idea because, well, there's actually going to be 2 more insects inside this little house. And guess who this house actually belongs to? This area is familiar, so you might be able to guess it, but check it out. If we turn on our senses, it's the guy who gave us the lantern. What's with these bugs? Those things aren't normal. They're so big, so weird, so creepy. Come on, get away, Bug. Shoot! Get out of here. I kind of forgot what his voice was like in the first episode, so my bad. Anyways, that will trigger these bugs to appear, and now we just gotta get rid of them, of course. So that was pretty easy. It's a lot easier to take them out in, like, smaller spaces. What? They just died? Oh boy, I have no idea what's going on around here. Alright, 2 more Tears of Light, and we are done. So, let's just leave this house since there's really nothing else that we need to do in this area. Now we actually want to go back to where we saw that bug go underneath the fence. So make sure you have 5 Tears of Light before you go underneath the fence, and you should be good to go. Anyways, if you turn on your senses, you can see that there is a dig spot over here, and of course, this will allow us to dig right on through to the other side where these 2 insects are. So let's quickly grab these guys, and then we'll only have like a few more to go. These will give us our 6th and 7th Tears of Light. So let's just grab these and move on through into this cave. Now, since we don't have our lantern, it's going to be a little bit harder to see, but honestly, it shouldn't be that bad. Like, the weird twilight gives off like this aura, and even though like the torches aren't lit, it still like has that weird lighting effect around them. It's kind of strange. There's really nothing in this cave to like explore or look at, so we're just gonna dash through all the way to the other side. And now, well, we're back in the swamp area, but things are a little bit different. Like, as you can see, there is this purple mist, and you do not want to go into that. It'll actually cause you to pass out, and then you'll end up right back here. But of course, if you pay attention to the map, you can see that there are some white dots like spread throughout it, so I'll have to figure out how to cross it later. For now, let's just dash into this one because there are 2 more insects that we need to get. These guys are actually kind of annoying because they fly in the air, so it can be kind of difficult to knock them down, but basically just wait until they get low or try to attack you and then attack them first, and you should be able to take that and grab the Tear of Light pretty easily. Alright, so now that we got that, let's head over here towards this stump because we can talk to Midna. Hey, think we can get across over here? Heck yeah, I do. So pretty much this entire area, we're going to need to use Midna to jump across this weird purple mist. That way, you know, we don't fall into it. And you do want to be rather quick about it because there will be some enemies that you need to avoid, but if you just like jump quick enough, you'll be fine. Anyways, there's 3 more insects over here, so we just quickly take them out. They're like all trapped in this little stump thing, so you'll be fine anyways. They're not like gonna run away from you or anything like that. But make sure you do grab all 3 Tears of Light, because I've done that before. Like, I've killed all 3 insects, but only grabbed like 2 out of the 3 Tears of Light, and just like went on to the next area without noticing, and then I had to come all the way back here just to pick it up. It was really obnoxious. Anyways, so make sure you just tap A as quick as you can in these areas. That way you can avoid all the enemies, like I was saying before. And the rest is really just timing. So, a few more jumps, and we will be completely across the mist. So there we go, made it all the way to the other side. Now, obviously there are 2 more insects, and what you want to do now is pay attention to the shadows and dig when you're nearby. That'll cause them to sort of come up from underneath the surface. And now, of course, you just need to attack them as usual. But, yeah, don't want to attack them near the mist, because I don't want to, like, lunge into it. So just be careful about that. But you should be able to, take them out easily enough without having to worry about that. Alright, so there are only 2 more Tears of Light that we need to get. And it seems like they are all the way in the back of this next area where, Tala was captured by that monkey. And oh no, it's more of these weird twilight beasts. Let's see if we can actually round them up in a circle and get them all at once. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. Get out of here. Now, whenever these guys die, they seem to make a portal. Now, haven't really explained what these are for yet, but keep in mind that they will be useful later on. For now, though, since there's really nothing else that we need to worry about, let's just dash all the way to the other side of this area and get the last 2 Tears of Light. There's actually a spear in this area too, and it's kind of cool who it actually is. Once we turn our senses, we can see that it's actually the monkey that, you know, was with Tallow when they got captured. It kind of stinks that we really can't talk to her. Like, even though she's an animal, she's technically a spirit because she's in the light world, so she can't see us. We can't really talk to her, but once we do, like, kill both insects, she realizes that someone help me. Yeah, she knows that it was like an outside force and not just like the bugs randomly dying. Boy, lucky for me. Ever since the boss went pointing the head, there have been scary monsters everywhere. Those village kids got led through the woods for some reason. The whole forest is so weird now. What's happening? Even the monkey has no idea what's going on. Let me see if I can actually find a heart real quick before we go back to the fountain, just because I kind of want to be at full HP, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh wait, no, we actually are at full HP. I don't know how that happened, but whatever, I will take it. So we've filled up the vessel of light, and now we get transported back to the spring. The vessel light is full of tears, and the light has returned to this area. So yes, doing that has dispelled the twilight, and everything looks nice again. Aww, but it was so nice here in the twilight. What's so great about a world of light anyways? See you later. Yeah, so Midna's back in her shadow form because she can't exactly exist in this world of light. And there it is, the second light spirit. My name is Pharaon. I am one of the spirits of light who dwell in Hyrule. I use the light forces of the gods to protect this forest. O brave youth. In the land covered in twilight, where people roam as spirits, you were transformed into a blue-eyed beast. That was a sign. It was a sign that the power of the Chosen One rests within you, and that they are awakening. Look at your awakened form. Yeah, we finally turned back into a human, and got some fresh new clothes to go along with it. The green tunic that is your garb once belonged to the ancient hero chosen by the gods. His power is yours. His is the true power that slept within you. Your name is Link. You are the hero chosen by the gods. Dramatic camera angle zoom! I like how Link's face is like totally stoic. Brave Link. A dark power rests in the temple deep within these woods. It is a forbidden power. Long, long ago, I and the other spirits of light locked it away. Because of its nature, it is a power that should never be touched by any who dwell in the light. But this world weeps beneath a mantle of shadow, and so there is no choice. You must match the power of the King of Shadow. If you would seek this forbidden power, then proceed to the temple in the forest depths. You know, Link, you could show just a little bit of like emotion, because it's kind of a big deal, man. You're the chosen hero. There we go. There's the smile. I saw it there for a second. Alright. That's good enough for me. Well, well. You're the chosen hero and all that, huh? So that's why you were turned into that beast. What a shame. I mean, maybe you'd rather just wander as a spirit like the rest of them, totally unaware of what's happening for all eternity, right? So, what do you want to do? Do you want to head to that temple? Well, heck yeah, I do. Well, isn't that convenient? I was about to head there myself. Hey, look, you want to help your friends, right? The way I see it, maybe they're in that temple waiting for you to rescue them. Well, good luck, Mr. Important Hero. Yeah, tease us all you want, Midna. But in the light world, you're still our shadow. Anyways, let's make our way over to that temple. And oh my gosh, guys, you have no idea how excited I am now because we are finally back in our human form. Like, being a wolf is cool and all, but I really just love being in the human form. Anyways, as you can see, this gate is still locked, so we need to get the key to open it up. And well, guess who has the key? It's actually the lantern guy, so let's talk to him real quick. Huh? So, it's the Ordonian! You seem familiar, but then your clothes seemed kind of different, so I got thrown off for a second. Listen, things have been a little rough around here lately, so you should watch your step, okay, guy? There are many monsters now. I got kind of scared and closed off the path to the temple. But, you guy, you want to get back there, huh? You sure do look geared up for it, so here you go. And yeah, just by talking to him, he'll give us a small key to open up the gate. Easy as that. Oh yeah, the woods on the other side of this cave are covered in a really thick fog, so make sure your lantern is full. You're definitely going to need to use your lantern a lot in there, so bring all the oil you can. And check this out, I have a special one-time offer for a bottle full of lantern oil, only 100 rupees. How about it, guy? Yeah, no thank you, that's kind of a rip-off. What? That's not right, guy. But I gave you the lantern for free, man. I also sell oil on its own, so come back when you run out, guy. Yeah, maybe we'll, take you up on that offer at some point, but not now, and you'll see why in a second. Anyways, now that we have this key, let's just unlock the gate and go back into the cave. Oh man, I am so excited because the game is finally taking off the training wheels, so to speak, because we're about to go to our first temple, which is kind of a big deal, and we have like a real sword, we have a shield now, we even look like the hero, so things are finally starting to pick up. Like I said, this game does have quite a bit of build-up, and now it's finally getting to the point where after we, complete the first temple, it'll just keep going at sort of that same pace throughout the entirety of the game. Like, the slow stuff is pretty much gone. Anyways, as you can see, there's still, this mist here, and if you bring out your lantern, well, yeah, the monkey's going to steal it, which is actually a good thing in disguise, but this is why I said don't bother filling up your lantern oil, because after this segment, your lantern will be completely empty no matter what. Hey, what's this monkey's problem? You idiot! While you were staring off into dreamland, your lantern got stolen. Oh, quit your complaining, Minna. It's actually not that big of a deal. This monkey, believe it or not, is here to help us, although stealing our lantern, probably not the best way to go about it, but I guess since it can't talk, actions have to speak louder than words in this particular instance. This monkey's kind of smart though. She does know how to get through this mist without getting hurt. Make sure you, stick pretty close to her too, because if you wander too far away, she won't, move any further, and if you do happen to get caught in the purple mist, you will pass out and go all the way back to the beginning and have to do this entire thing all over again. Plus, at some point, I think towards the end of this area, enemies will start appearing and freaking out the monkey. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, make sure you take out the enemies as fast as you possibly can. That way, the monkey doesn't get spooked, and you can just keep moving along at a standard pace. Unfortunately, you do have to wait for the monkey to keep doing this weird dance to clear out the fog, but it doesn't take too long, and you'll get through quick enough as long as you take care of the enemies. I see another keys floating around here though. Get out of here, man. No one wants to deal with you. Thankfully, there are only a few enemies in this area that you do need to worry about, and none of them really pose that big of a threat. I do have to hand it to TWILIGHT PRINCESS because it does one thing incredibly well. The music matches the areas that you're in pretty much to the T, except, of course, now that I say that, the music changed because we're fighting an enemy. But, just the subtle music that plays in this area matches the forest theme just perfectly. And it does that throughout the entirety of the game. There's only a few tracks that I can think of in this game that maybe don't fit as perfectly as they should, but for the most part, this game really does nail the music, and it all sounds really good. Anyways, though, now the monkey is gone, what do you say we just, pick up our lantern? There we go. I was, wondering why it wasn't working. Guess I wasn't close enough. But yeah, it is completely out of oil, so I I kind of feel bad for you if you spent the 100 rupees back when we first talked to that guy to get the key to fill up your lantern, because no matter what, it'll be empty by the time you get over here, and you do kind of need to fill it up again before you go inside the first temple. So, what do you say we just stop by this shop real quick and fill up our lantern? Welcome, yeah, shut up, bird. So, we can just like dip our lantern in the oil, and that will immediately fill it up. No bottle required. Of course, before you leave, at least put something in the rupee box. Trust me, you want to do this. You know what, I'll be generous and I'll give him 5 rupees, but that's still not enough. That's a bit on the skimpy side. Yeah, shut up. You're lucky I gave you anything. Pay like you're supposed to next time, you cheapskate. So he does get a little mad at you, but don't worry, not really that big of a deal. Anyways, let's make our way towards the temple, although it does look like there is something in our way. It looks like a golden wolf with evil red eyes. I wonder what this is about. Now this is actually one of my favorite parts of the game because it's really interesting if you pay attention to all of the dialogue or have read Hyrule Historia. So this golden wolf is more or less a Stalfos, but more importantly, it's actually a character from a previous Zelda title. And I really want to talk about him, but I think I'll save the mystery until we meet him again. A sword wields no strength, unless the hand that holds it has courage. You may be destined to become the hero of legend, but your current power would disgrace the proud green of the hero's tunic you wear. You must use your courage to seek power, and find it you must. Only then will you become the hero for whom this world despairs. If you do find true courage, and wish to save Hyrule from the horrors it now faces, then you will be worthy to receive the secrets I hold. So this guy, more or less, is going to be a combat teacher to us. He's going to teach us new skills that will make defeating enemies a lot easier. Enemies that are filled with energy will quickly recover it.
I will be right back.
Your choice to make a little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. is your choice to make. A little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile but don't speak. Will you please slow down?
Attack again, even when stunned by a powerful strike. The ending blow is a secret technique you can use on stunned enemies to end their breath before they spring back into action. When an enemy lies collapsed on the ground stunned, see target and press A without delay to leap high into the air and deliver a final strike. When the opportunity to end their breath is before you, you will see finish appear vividly before your eyes. Now, try it on me. Alright, so let's give it a shot. First and foremost, we gotta knock this guy down just by attacking him a little bit. And there we go. Now, we can just press A and stab him directly in the heart. And that is how you do the finishing blow. That was a pinpoint strike. Never overlook your opportunity to finish with A. The first hidden skill, the ending blow, has been passed on. So now we can use this in battle whenever we want. And that's only our first hidden skill. There are several more that we can learn to make combat a lot easier. There are still 6 hidden skills for you to learn. Those are only for one who carries the blood of the hero, the one whose spirit is that of the sublime beast. Grow powerful, test your courage, and when you find that you need another skill to overcome the threats that face you, search for the statue that howled with the sound of the wind. Seek the sound that calls to the spirit of the beast to awaken me again. A sword has no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. Remember those words. Farewell. And we're right back to where we started, but we got ourselves a new fancy sword technique. Let's actually see if we can show this off, because there are a few enemies up in this area. This is actually pretty much the entrance to our very first temple. I don't know if we'll be able to show it off, because yeah, these guys die in like 2 hits anyway, so kinda hard to do a finishing blow when they're already dead. Well, that didn't really work out too well. Anyways, let's just burn down this spider web, because that is the entrance to our very first temple. But you know what? We're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we dispelled the Twilight here in Faron Woods and returned to our human form. And in this episode, well, it's time to start our very first temple, so let's do it. I'm pretty dang excited, actually. Now, when you first get in this temple, just keep moving forward, because it is fairly dark, but eventually, you'll make your way into the foyer of this temple, and it's a lot brighter in here, so don't worry too much about using your lantern. You really don't need it, but here we are inside the Forest Temple. This is the first temple in the game, but it is still pretty lengthy. Like, I will say that much about Twilight Princess. All of the temples in this game, they do take some time to complete, so in order to, you know, make progress and not waste too much time, I'm going to explain things sort of as we're going along. That way I'm not like standing around pointing things out. And I think that'll make these temples just go by a little bit quicker. So if you are using this as sort of a guide, just try and pay attention to what I'm doing, and that should be enough to help you get by. But yeah, the reason why I climb these vines is because there's a chest up here that contains 10 rupees. Not really too important, but it is always nice to pad your wallet. Anyways, now that we got that though, there's really not too much else that we need to worry about in this room. Just gotta get rid of some of the enemies, and of course, we want to free the monkey that is in this cage. Before we do that though, let's take out these spiders, because we will need to climb these vines afterward. And this is actually the same monkey that stole our lantern, and the one that was captured with Tallow. So Yeah, she seems to get in danger a lot. Thankfully, though, it seems like she does want to help us out in this temple, so that's good for us, I suppose. Hey, that's the monkey that stole your lantern. I was just saying that. Doesn't it look like she's beckoning you? Aren't you the popular one? Yeah, so monkeys play a pretty big role in this temple. And I said monkeys because there are more than one of them, and you will need to rescue all of them to pretty much complete this temple. Thankfully, though, they're helpful, and they don't get in the way. So as long as you can stand like the constant chirping that they make, you'll be fine. Anyways, check it out. A new enemy. This is actually a sculpture. Yeah, I know, they look a lot differently than the ones in Ocarina of Time. Anyways, just stab them a few times, and you'll be able to kill them easily enough. Now, the puzzle in this room requires you to light all 4 of these torches, but don't do that just yet. Instead, jump down, because check it out. There's a cracked wall. Now, we don't have bombs, but we have the next best thing. This plant is called a bombling, so as soon as we hit it, it will start to sort of self-destruct, and we can use that to blow up cracked walls or rocks, junk like that. And now, we can get this chest, which contains a red rupee, which of course is worth 20 rupees. Not bad at all. I don't really know why I'm collecting all these rupees, considering we don't really need them right now, but whatever. They might come in handy later on. Alright, so now that we got that, let's light all 4 of these torches, and you'll see what...
Renew life every day of you with probiotics, vitamin C, and zinc. Shop now.
Why just brush to clean when you can do more? Pro Enamel Repair.
In a second, why I wanted to get those rupees first, because yeah, as soon as you light all 4 of these torches, these platforms are going to rise up and block that path. Later on, you will get an item that will allow you to extinguish those torches, but it's easier just to pick it up now rather than later. Speaking of items, let's open up this chest and get ourselves something pretty dang important. It's the dungeon map. So now we can pretty much see where we're going and stuff like that. Alright, so now that we got that, what do you say we follow this monkey? She really wants us to go through this door. And honestly, I kind of trust her since she probably knows this temple way better than we do. And man, this outside area looks really stinking cool. That bridge totally looks unsafe though. I would not go across that. Monkey, that is probably not safe. You are way braver than I am. And that guy looks pretty pissed off actually. I wonder where he got that cool boomerang. That actually might be the forbidden power that the Spirit of Light was talking about. Like it, wow, that is rude. Do not smack your butt at me. The boomerang did appear to emit some sort of like dark aura, so that could be it. Monkey doesn't seem too disappointed though. It seems like she has a plan B, so that's good for us. Oh, what's going on? Has there been a monkey fight? You've been paying attention. Oh no, now we can't go any further. We might as well head back. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like she wants to take you somewhere. So maybe you should just follow her. That's what I was saying, man. The monkey seems to have a plan B, so let's just listen to the monkey. I know it seems kind of weird, but she knows something that we don't. Alright, so the monkey wants us to go across here, and this is pretty much why you need all the monkeys, because you can use them as tools to cross larger gaps pretty much. So basically our goal is to find the remaining monkeys, that way we can use them to cross the bridge that just got knocked down. Before we do that though, let's take out this bombling because there's actually a cracked wall here, and there's something pretty interesting on the other side. Like, at first it doesn't seem like much, but yeah, that pot seems to wiggle in. It looks like there's something inside. And yeah, wouldn't you look at that? There's this guy. Phew, out at last. Gracious, once I got in there, I couldn't squeeze back out. You were a big help, thanks. I've been looking for something in here, you see? Gracious, yes. You must need something here too. Shall we try working together for a while, fellow adventurer? You may not think I look like much, but I can be quite helpful. I can even warp you out of here if you want to leave. So don't think of me as a burden. Now let's get started. Alright, so this is an uku. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like half chicken with like a human head. It's really bizarre. Basically, you can use them to warp out of the temple if you really want to. I personally don't find them that useful, but yeah, they're there if you want to use them, I guess. And that's really all I can say about it. Like, it's such a bizarre item, if you will, but whatever. Alright, so back to the temple. Basically, the monkey's gonna want you to go across here. As you can see, there's a spider in the way, but before we take care of that, let's go through this door because we actually will need an item to progress through this room. And rather than, like, you know, going through the motions of getting up to the point where we need said item, I'd rather just go and get it now to make things go a little bit faster. So let's just roll all the way to the side and go into this room. Now, we can't really do anything in here, but there is a chest, so let's open this up real quick and just get what we need because, check it out, it is a small key. Now there is another one of those bridges that like moves around with the wind in here. However, since we don't really have anything we can use to manipulate the wind, that's sort of stuck for now. Later on in the temple, we will get an item that will allow us to do that freely on our own. So we'll have to come back here, you know, once we get that item. But now that we have the key, let's go back to where the monkey is and keep following her. So of course, she was afraid of the spider. Let's just knock it down. And if you stand perfectly still, yeah, the spider will try and like lunge at you, but just end up falling in the water and kill itself. It's kind of funny. Now, down there's actually a chest trapped behind like a gate, and you need to solve a puzzle with an item that we don't have yet. So we're gonna ignore that for now, and instead, we will just use the small key that we got to unlock this door. And wouldn't you know it, there is actually another trapped monkey in here. So that's obviously what this monkey was leading us towards. And holy crap, they're going insane, man. They really do not like being trapped up. So I guess it's up to us to free that monkey then. It should be pretty easy. And yeah, as soon as you go across that, the bridge will break no matter what. It's a scripted event. You can't even like jump off to the side if you wanted to. Anyways, to free this monkey, yeah, just roll into it, and then roll into it 2 more times really quickly, and bam, there you go. It'll fall down, and he'll break out of his little cage or whatever. But these guys are not too happy about that, so we'll just take care of them real quick. They don't think they have like old granny here. I just realized that. I don't know why it took me so long to like ever notice that, but kind of funny. Anyways, right on the platform that you stepped in when you came in this room is a chest, and it contains a yellow rupee. Not a big deal, just easy to pick up. But now that we rescued the monkey, there's really nothing else for us to do in this room, so let's get out of here, I suppose. These steps can be kind of weird. Like, I don't know, Link like walks up steps really weirdly sometimes. Like sometimes he'll just like move up them smoothly. Other times like he has to stop and like actually step up the gap. Like I don't even know what the deal is, but whatever. Not a big deal. Now we have these 2 monkeys though. We're pretty much done in this room for now. So let's head back to the hub room of this temple. Don't worry too much about the monkeys. They will follow you just fine. The only thing you really need to worry about is if enemies are in your way. Sometimes it can spook the monkeys, but for the most part, they will follow you just fine. Anyways, now that we are pretty much back in the hub room of this temple, with our 2 monkeys, we can pretty much go a different direction. So this first monkey will still allow us to cross back and forth from the left side, but our new monkey friend will allow us to cross over to the right side. Wow, I can't believe I screwed that up. I rarely screw it up. Like, it's really easy to time, but I guess I just pressed it a little too soon. Let's try this again. I'll wait it out this time. There we go. So now that we're on the right side, we can just burn this web and move on through this door. The monkeys will wait there for us. We really don't need them in this room anyways. We're actually going to find a couple of new enemies in this room. I believe this is actually called a, I think it's a Deku Serpent, I want to say. It's kind of like a Deku Baba, except when you like cut it off its base, it's still alive for a little bit, so keep that in mind. Then there's also, I believe this is a Deku Life. There's actually a chest behind this one, so keep that in mind. But basically, Deku Lights will eat anything that goes above them, so that's kind of a clue at what you need to do to defeat them. And since there is one blocking our way, what you want to do is pretty much grab this bomb wing, and we can just throw it right over, and bam, there you go. The Deku Light is going to eat that up. And of course, it's also going to blow him up. How's that for indigestion? But yeah, so now that he is going out of our way, we can just jump this gap freely, except I still actually do need another bomb wing to blow up that rock that's in our way. So let's just quickly, oh crap, I got stuck on a wall. That's not good, man. These things, yeah, they do not last very long. They blow up very quickly. That kind of does bring up one thing that I dislike about the Wii version of this game is the camera controls. Since there is no second analog nub, you can't like adjust the camera as you're sort of going along. Everything has to be adjusted via Z targeting. That is very arbitrary. Like, you would not believe how long it took me to get used to playing this game again with just using the Z target to, you know, realign my camera controls, especially if you're coming off of this game after something like Wind Waker or any other game where you can use a second analog nub to, you know, adjust your camera. It's just so useful, which is kind of why I do prefer the GameCube version, just for those tweaks in camera controls. Anyway, so that monkey is locked, and if you look on top of this totem, there's actually a chest. So we can roll into it to knock it down, and inside this chest is actually what we need to unlock the cage that monkey is in. It's just another small key. Alright, now there's actually a new type of enemy. I forget what these guys are called, but basically they hide underneath tiles, and if you step on one of them, they will launch you in the air. Now you're supposed to just like avoid them, however the easiest way to do that is just by jumping in the water and climbing up over here. Then you don't have to deal with them at all. But basically what you want to do here, similar to the puzzle in the main hub, you just light all the torches to raise up the platforms, and then we can reach the monkeys. Of course, avoid stepping on the tiles that have the weird, like, moles underneath them. You might have been able to see it too in that cutscene. There's actually a chest hidden behind all of these platforms. Again, similar to the one in the main room, except we can't actually get that one just yet. Like I said, we still need to get an item that will allow us to extinguish the flames. Be careful because, yeah, there's another skull up here as well. So let's just take this guy out real quick. And now we can free our monkey friend. So come on, dude. We need your help. Alright, actually, no, wait. There is one more thing that we can do inside this room. I believe there is a chest up here. Pretty sure it's just, more rupees, but we might as well get it while we're here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in every single temple. It's just that I know where all these little chests are because this is probably the temple that I've played the most in Twilight Princess, so it makes sense that, you know, I know where everything is. But in, like, all the future temples, I probably won't bother going after all, like, the little tiny chests that contain rupees and other stuff that we don't really need to complete the temple. I might point them out to you, but I won't bother, like, picking them up. Anyways, before we actually leave this room and go back to the main room, we can actually save another monkey. So let's take out these two spiders real quick. And let me put away my lantern because I totally did not mean to take that out. But we can jump across to these vines. There we go. And the monkey just fell down. Whoops. Don't worry, he'll be fine. I'm sure of it. He actually teleported back up to us. See? He's fine. But yeah, we want to go in this room because, well, guess what? There's actually another monkey that we can save. So we can take two monkeys back to the main room this time. But, of course, he's behind the locked door and we need a key. Thankfully, there's a key right there. But, bad news for us, this weird, like, hybrid enemy has eaten it. It's like a Deku Serpent and a Deku-like combined. I'm not actually sure what this thing is called, but it doesn't really matter. Regardless, we need to take it out. Don't worry, though, it's actually fairly easy. Just, try and dodge all of its attacks and then counterattack with like a jump attack. You do that a few times and it should go down no problem. I would call this thing like a mini boss, but honestly it is way too easy to be a mini boss. So there we go. We got rid of like the Deku Baba portion of it and now it's just the Deku-like. So let's just grab one of these bomblings and we know what to do. There you go, friend. Eat that up. I'm sure it's very tasty. Thankfully, this does not blow up the key. That would actually cause some problems. But it does get rid of the enemy. And ta-da! There is our lovely little key. Safe and sound for us. So let's just pick this up real quick. There we go. I always forget like how close you actually have to be to something to pick it up in this game. It's kind of strange. But whatever. Now we can free this monkey. So come on, buddy. You're free. Come with us. Alright, so now we got like a little bit of an entourage going on with us. And we pretty much need to bring these guys back to the main room. But there's one more thing that I want to do before we do that. Don't worry, it's on the way and it won't take too much time. In fact, it's right over here. There is another bombling. Now remember that first Deku-like that I pointed out in this room? Well, if we take this bombling and just chuck it off over here, check it out. Yep, that Deku-like is going to eat it up. And now, we can get access to the chest that is behind it, which is good for us because that actually contains something very important. The fastest way down is to just backflip down. Don't worry, you won't take any damage. Anyways, let's open up this chest, and we can get ourselves a piece of heart. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe there are 2 pieces of heart per temple in this game. I could be wrong about that, but if memory serves me well, there's at least 2 per temple. Alright, so now that we have 4 monkeys back in the main room, we actually do have enough monkeys to cross the gap of that bridge now. But, you know what? I think we're going to do that in the next episode. The monkeys are really excited, so if you guys enjoyed this part of like rating, would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But, once again guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
With me working part-time, my company does not offer health care. I was paying out of pocket until I heard about the new law. I'm covered with no monthly payment.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify at healthcare.gov.
What's up everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we started up the Forest Temple and rescued 4 monkeys, which are actually right on the other side of that door. I reset the game and I tried to get all the monkeys to, get behind me again or stand near the door. But as soon as I went through this door, they decided that they were going to stay over there. So, yeah, here they are. Anyways, though, in this episode, now that we have these 4 monkeys, we can use them to cross this gap where that bridge used to be. And this will lead us to the mini-boss of this temple. So, yeah, starting this episode off with a bang, if you will. So all we gotta do now is just jump across. And I'm gonna try and play this safe because if you do fall off and end up in the abyss, you will lose 1 heart of damage, which is kind of a big deal considering we only have 3 hearts right now. Thankfully that we made it across just fine, so now it's time for us to take on the mini-boss. I'm pretty dang excited because after we defeat him, we of course will get the item from this temple. But yeah, we're locked in. And yes, this weird big butt monkey is the stinking mini-boss. And his dumb, cool boomerang that I really want, actually. I don't know why I said dumb. And aw, man. Now, there's a very, very slim chance that when this guy throws the boomerang, it'll actually only knock down 1 of those Deku Serpents. Sadly, though, we did not get lucky, so we gotta take out both of them. Not a big deal, though. Anyways, this mini-boss is fairly easy, actually. All you want to do is just avoid his boomerang hit, then roll into the pole. That'll knock him off balance, and then of course the boomerang will come back and hit him, and then all you gotta do is slash at his butt. And that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat that until you win. It's really, really simple, like I said. The only thing that's difficult is keeping track of this guy. He moves fairly quickly, and since there is no second analog stick to move the camera, yeah, you kind of have to rely on Z targeting, which can be kind of slow. So that's the only issue that I often have with this fight. Other than that, though, you should be fine. The only other thing this guy does is occasionally he will throw the boomerang at one of the Deku Serpents up there. Yeah, actually, I think he just did it now. So when he does that, obviously one of them will fall. And you'll sort of have to remember that, keep that in the back of your head because, yeah, they will come after you. So let's get this guy out of here. And now all we gotta do is focus on this guy. 1 more attack cycle should do it, so get down from there, man. It's time for you to just be done. There we go. And down goes the mini-boss. Like I said, very, very easy. But as you can tell, that actually wasn't his fault. He was being controlled by this, dark Twilight parasite, if you will. So I'm sure he'll go back to his usual normal self, which is, still a little bit weird. So yeah, he's just going to run away and probably meet up with the rest of the monkeys in this temple. I'm sure we'll find him again later on. But hey, check it out. He left the boomerang. And you know what they say, to the victor goes the spoils. I am the fairy winds who resides in this boomerang. You have freed me from evil, and I now have my true power back. Please, Take it with you. Use it to aid your quest, and may both my power and my blessing go with you. If you focus power in your boomerang before releasing it, it will unleash the power of wind, aiding you in unforeseen ways. Alright, so there we go. We got our first item. It's the Gale Boomerang. This thing is incredibly useful. So when we use it, we can target up to 5 different things. And like I said, it has the power of wind. So, you know, we can activate wind turbines and junk like that. I bet even the monkey should be satisfied now. Okay, let's continue combing this place. We already found something good, so let's keep searching places we haven't looked yet. Alright, sounds like a good idea to me. So obviously, since the door's still locked, we need to use our newly acquired boomerang to get out of here. And that is not the boomerang. I always forget, like, when you go into your menus and assign to the D-pad, you still have to, like, actually put it on B because, unlike, you know, other Zelda games, you only have, like, one active item button because there's no, like, other buttons on the Wiimote to use. Like, on the GameCube pad, I think you can actually assign things to, like, X, Y, and Z, kind of like how you could do that in Wind Waker, too. But yeah, no, you only get B as your active item slot in this game, which actually does make things a little bit harder because you have to, like, switch items way more frequently. Not that big of a deal, but that is one thing that, like, I always forget about when I'm playing this game, so I oftentimes just pull up the wrong item for literally no reason besides that. Anyways, though, as you'll notice, the monkeys are no longer there, so we need to find an alternate path. Thankfully, since we do have the Gale Boomerang, we can actually target the turbines on top of these bridges and move them ourselves. So we move along here quickly before the wind actually moves them again. We can reach this other side, and yes, there is a monkey trapped inside a cage still. So apparently, there are still monkeys in this temple that we need to rescue. I believe there are 4 more. I want to say there's 4. I could be wrong on that. But we do need to rescue every single one of them. But since we don't immediately need their help, they are just going to go off and do their own thing. We'll meet up with them later on. Well, I guess there are still some monkeys you haven't freed yet. At this point, you should just save them all and see what you can get for it. I agree. Alright, so at this point, really the only thing that we want to do is actually make our way back to the hub room of this temple. And of course, we're going like an alternate path, but this will lead us through a different area that we've been to already, so not really that big of a deal. And actually, now that I think about it, we're going to take a slight detour because there is an item that we can pick up now that we do have the Gale Boomerang, and it is pretty important. Let me grab this bombling, though, because I reset the game and I'm pretty sure that the Deku likes have respawned because, wow, really? That was like the worst throw ever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Deku likes have respawned, so I need to blow it up again. Let's try a little harder this time. Maybe we can actually get it. There we go. Much better, man. I think I might have like hit the tree trunk that was overhead or something, because Link like literally just like dropped it in front of him and like kicked it, like rolled like 2 feet, barely went anywhere. Anyways, though, we want to go back into this room. This is the room where we rescued a monkey and got a key from on top of the pillar. There's also a chest behind the staircase that I pointed out, and that's pretty much why we're coming back here. Real quick though, you can actually use the Gale Boomerang to knock up these tiles. That'll get rid of the tile worms, so you don't have to like deal with them when you're walking across it. But basically, all we need to do is hit these 2 torches, and that should pretty much move down those platforms, and we can access the chest. For whatever reason, that did not put out this fire. Don't know why. Maybe it hit like a tile worm or something. Regardless, there we go. Now we have access to this chest, and it's pretty important, like I said. So let's open up and get ourselves a second piece of heart. So there we go. Already, we only need 2 more to fill up another heart container, but that is all the heart containers in this temple, so don't really worry about that. We're actually almost done with all of the major collectibles. There's only a few things left, and I think one of them is the compass, and the other is the boss key. Everything else I'm pretty sure we've already gotten, so let's just make our way back to the hub room, and we can, you know, start collecting those remaining things and finish up this temple. We're actually almost done, believe it or not. But like I said, these temples are fairly long, so even though we're almost done, we still have quite a bit to do, like rescue 3 more monkeys, I think. Oh, real quick, before I move any further, actually actually look up. You guys might have noticed this, but check it out. There's actually a chest just chilling there. So what you want to do is take out your Gale Boomerang and just target the, I guess that's supposed to be a web that's holding it up like from the skeleton that was there before. But yeah, you can just easily knock it down and oh wow, we actually put out one of the flames and lowered those platforms. So yeah, you can actually get that chest if you missed it the first time, but it's just so much easier to pick it up, you know, right when you get in the temple. But here we go. We have the dungeon compass. So this is incredibly useful to us, especially since we need to find monkeys. Well, if it isn't something useful, as long as you have that, you should be able to find where the captured monkeys are, right? Yeah, so along with showing us where all the chests are and stuff like that, the compass will also point out, you know, where the monkeys are for us. So it's incredibly helpful in this dungeon. I'm surprised they give it to you like rather late into the dungeon. Honestly, I would prefer to have it like earlier on, but then again, I would prefer like to have the dungeon map and the compass, you know, right next to the entrance of the temple, but obviously that's not going to happen. Anyways, let's go over this way because remember the first time we were here, I pointed out that there was a chest behind this gate over here. We couldn't actually open it up, but now that we have the Gale Boomerang, check it out. There's a Z pattern on the floor. So what you want to do is actually quite simple. Just target these turbines in the Z formation. Make sure you do it in this order, otherwise it won't actually work. But after you target it, just let it go, and there you go. Ta-da! The gates open up, and now we have access to this chest. And as you can tell, it's a special chest, so I wonder what's inside. Let's find out. It must be pretty dang important. It's actually the big key. Obviously, we use this to access the boss of this temple, so it is very important. Anyways, now that we got that, there is one more thing we need to do in this area, and that is go out this door. Now, remember the last time we went out here, it was to get a small key to free a monkey. But we entered that room and, hey, check it out, there's actually a monkey here. Alright, let's follow this guy. But yeah, like, in that room, there was a bridge in the center of it. Obviously, we couldn't move it, but now that we have the Gale Boomerang, we can move it. So, we pretty much have access to a whole nother section of the temple now. And obviously, this monkey wants to get across, so we might as well follow him, since, like I said, the monkeys know this place way better than we do. So, if he wants to show us something, it's probably for a good reason. And in this room, well, check it out. Here's where all the monkeys have been hanging out, and as you can tell, well, we need to rescue 3 more of them before, you know, they can fill up all their, like, mushroom pads or whatever those are. I guess in order for us to check the temple out completely, we need the help of the monkeys. Oh well, let's help the rest of them. Agreed. Basically, the monkeys will help us cross the gap between here and the door of the boss once we rescue them. But like I said, there are 3 more to get, so might as well start rescuing them. And there is actually one off to a room close by, so we might as well get this one first. The other 2 are in the room with that rotating bridge, but we'll go back there and grab them a little bit later on. For now, let's just take out these stinking spiders on the vine, man. Nobody likes you guys. Get out of here. You're just blocking my way. If I'm going to be completely honest, though, the reason why I want to go in this room next is because it's actually one of my favorite rooms in this temple. I know that seems kind of weird to have, like, a favorite room in a temple. Most people just have a favorite temple, but, this next room actually has a lot of interesting puzzles that sort of, like, show you how cool the Gale Boomerang actually is. Because I don't know about you guys, but, like, boomerangs in Zelda games never seem to get used as much as they should. But in Twilight Princess, that's actually not true. Like, the Gale Boomerang is incredibly useful. This next room will just, like, demonstrate a small portion of how awesome it can be. But before we solve any puzzles, let me actually get rid of all the enemies in here, because I really just don't want to deal with these guys, you know, being in my way while I'm trying to do some puzzle solving. Alright, so now that these guys are gone, check it out. Let's scope this area out real quick. So there is a rock above those vines. So obviously we can't climb those vines, but there's a bombling over there. So guess what? If you target the bombling and then target the rock and just let it go, guess what happens? Bam! Rock gets blown up by the bombling thanks to your boomerang. So incredibly useful. And now we can just climb up these vines and see what's up here. There's actually a monkey trapped behind that rock. You can basically only tell because you have the compass. Like, I mean, I guess you can hear the chirping, but honestly, besides that, I really have no idea, like, how you would know that there is a monkey in this room. Like, if you had your volume turned off and everything, but, yeah, there's a monkey in here. Before we do anything, though, let's take out these, decorative surfaces on the ceiling, because they can be rather obnoxious. Alright, so, now you're probably wondering how you go about blowing up that rock. Well, it's actually very simple. You could technically, I guess, target the rock with the, Gale Boomerang, but easy enough. You can just target the bomb line, it'll bring the bomb right to you, and then just place it in front of it. Hopefully that's close enough. Really? Was that not close? Are you kidding me? That was like right next to it, man. Alright, you know what, let's try this one more time. This time making sure it's actually close enough. I swear, I am so bad at like throwing things in 3D Zelda games. Like I never get it right the first try, I swear. But there we go, we freed another monkey. But there's still one more puzzle that we can solve in this temple. So over there, there's actually a chest. But of course, blocking the platform that we need to use is a Deku-like. So again, real quick, all we need to do is just get ourselves this bombling. And now we can just toss it directly inside that Deku-like. So eat up, buddy. Enjoy it, man. I'm sure you...
Come to Conklin Cards and get your card your way.
You'll have fun. And of course, now we can just simply jump across and get what's inside this chest. And it is actually an important chest. You need it to complete the temple. You can pretty much always tell like what chests are important just by looking at them. So obviously, if it's like a larger blue one, you're pretty much going to want to open it up all the time. But nothing about that small key. We can open up the locked door that was actually in that room with the bridge in the center that we rotated with the Gale Boomerang. So let's head back there because that's actually where the last two monkeys are going to be. Well, the rooms like branching off of that room are where the monkeys are going to be. So we do have to do a little bit of backtracking, but not too much, don't worry. It's like only 1 or 2 rooms worth anyway, so it's not like we're going to be wasting all of that much time. Honestly, it's probably going to take us longer to rotate all these bridges than it is to actually get the last 2 monkeys. Like, they're really, really easy. Alright. You know, this game is, like, really fun. I know that seems kind of weird to say, but it's really been a long time since I just sat down and played through Twilight Princess 100%. I'm really glad that I'm LPing it now, as you guys can probably tell. But that is one of the things that did surprise me too when I first started this project, was just the sheer amount of comments that I got from people saying, "Oh, this is my favorite Zelda game, thank you so much for doing it." And I know a lot of people wanted me to do it, like, because this is Skyward Sword was easily the most requested project that I've ever received, like, ever. And I'm happy to oblige, but like, I never really considered the fact that people actually think this is their favorite Zelda, or, well, people have this as their favorite Zelda, I should say. And that's mainly because I guess my judgment of this game was clouded, but you know, replaying it now has sort of shed some new light on that, and I really can see how this would be someone's favorite Zelda game. Like, obviously, mine is still Wind Waker. It's always going to be Wind Waker. Nothing's going to change that, but this is definitely a solid entry in the series, and I think I was just being, you know, clouded by my initial judgment of the game because of the intro segment being too long, and, you know, the Tear of Light being annoying on my first playthrough. Anyways, though, to rescue this monkey, what you want to do is stand on this web, burn it with your lantern, and bam, the monkey is right there. So, one spin attack should free this guy from his cage. And there we go. Run along, little friend. See you later. But yeah, like, I'm really glad I'm playing it now and sort of seeing things with a fresh, new perspective, if you will. Like, I've grown to appreciate this game more, and I'm only in, like, the first temple, too, so I imagine as we get later and later into the game, I'll have a much higher appreciation for it. I don't think it'll be enough to make it my new favorite Zelda game, because, honestly, Wind Waker, in my own opinion, is just the best overall Zelda game, and I could, you know, go into reasons as to why I believe that is, but I think I kind of want to save that for its own video. Like, I had a top 5 Zelda games thing planned, but I never actually finished writing it. It's like half done, so maybe eventually if I can get myself to write the remainder of that script, I'll get that video out, but until then, I guess it's just a mystery. Anyways, yeah, you just want to get past all those pile worms, that way you can get into this room with these skulls, and of course we want to take this guy out. Basically just killing a bunch of enemies, really. And also make sure you kill these spiders on the vines, that way you can climb them. But the next monkey is actually right up at the top of these vines. You can already hear it chirping in the background. So as soon as we get up here, all you want to do now, take out your boomerang and just target both of these little wind turbine things. And there you go. The last monkey has finally been free. So now that that is done, let's head back to the monkey sanctuary room, if that's what you want to call it. I think that's a good name for it. Sounds pretty nice. Catchy, rolls off the tongue. But yeah, all the monkeys should be in there now. And we should now be able to swing across the gap and actually take on the boss's temple. So that's pretty dang exciting, right? We're going to finish up our first temple and take on our first boss. Don't worry too much about the boss, though. It's actually really, really easy. Although, now that I said that, watch, I'm going to have like the hardest time in the world with this. I really hope that's not the case, because that would be really embarrassing. But yeah, like, now that all the monkeys are here, check out what they're going to do for us. They're actually going to create sort of a rope for us, which we can use to swing across to the other side. I would not trust this at all, man. Like, as much as the monkeys think that they can hold me, like, I don't know how I feel about it, especially with them, like, swinging back and forth like that. Oh, man, it's a good thing that Link has the Triforce of Courage, because, yeah, you definitely would need to be courageous to do something like this. But we made it just fine. So good on us. Now, if you are low on HP, all these pots probably contain hearts, and I'm pretty sure the big one actually contains a fairy, but since we can't actually catch a fairy and we're full HP, let's just open up this door and take on the boss. You guys excited? I know I am, man. This is a pretty big moment in the game. Alright. So, here we are inside the boss chamber. Looks kind of cool. Nice little tree in the center there. Although I'm not sure how I feel about, like, the acid water, like, you know, waterfalls that are going into, like, this giant spring here. Not really sure how I feel about that. Probably not good for those trees or anything floating in there. There are some bomblings, though, just, like, chilling out. Ooh, bubbles. That's never a good sign. And here it is. Well, part of it. These are just two giant Deku serpents, but the boss's name is Diababa. So, in this first phase, all you're really need to do, target one of the bomblings, target one of the faces, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gonna blow the face, and done. Not even joking, that's all you have to do. Wow, that one somehow got, like, triggered. Whatever. Do it for the other face, and there you go. Done. Congratulations, you completed phase 1 of this boss fight. Yeah, like I said, really, really easy. Although, things are going to get a little more difficult now, I guess, since we're going to start phase 2. And this is, I guess, really the boss. And that ugly eye is, of course, his weak point. So now, at this point, you can't really attack him or do any damage, so you kind of just want to avoid the attacks of his, like, Deku serpents by rolling back and forth, and you pretty much just want to wait for something to trigger. Once you hear that chirping, that's when you know you're in the clear. This guy's going to come back. Remember him? He's actually the mini-boss of this temple. But this time, he's here to help us out. So he's going to supply us with bomblings and swing back and forth. So now, basically what we can do is target onto him, target onto the boss's face, and there you go. It'll blow it up, and now all we gotta do is attack that ugly eye, so let's just wail on this thing. Oh, that's it? Dang, we only got like 3 attacks in. But believe it or not, that's actually almost enough damage to take out the entire boss. Oh, watch out for his acid too. I actually forgot about this attack. Just roll to avoid it, and you should be fine. But you really do not want to get hit with that. Alright, so come on, dude. We need another bombling, and we'll be good to go. Any day you want to swing by. Oh, there we go. Actually, I'm going to wait for this guy to attack me first. Alright, we should be good now. That's not a good angle at all. I need to go back in like the center. Oh, wow, I did not even see him like aiming to attack me. My bad. Alright. You know what, actually, let's just wait for the other head to attack and then we'll grab the bomb. Come on, dude, there you go. Alright, now, give me that bomb, dude. You know what, dang it, I targeted his head first too. That's not gonna work, is it? Yeah, didn't think so. Oh, well, we blew up one of the heads. I guess that's a good thing. No, watch out. Careful, man. Alright, you know what? Give me the bomb. Here's your face. Go. Hopefully that should work. Like, this should not be this difficult. I am just messing up immensely right now. But, there we go. And hey, we can actually finish him off. Bam. Ow, that head hurt, man. Sword right in the eye. But finally, we have defeated the first boss of the first temple. Took longer than it needed to, that's for sure, but at least it's over. And check it out, inside his eye, he had a heart container. Fantastic. Although, what are we gonna do about all this, like, gross, nasty water? Oh, actually, never mind, it's clearing up, so that's good. Now there's just this gross, disgusting carcass in the center. But thankfully, it exploded into, like, Twilight shards, or whatever you want to call these things. And ooh, what did you look at that? We got ourselves a thing. Yeah, that's what it is. We actually have no idea what this is yet. I'm pretty sure Minna's gonna tell us though. Well done. Hey, thanks. That's what I was looking for. That's a few
You need to lay down in bed and focus your head. Because greatness lies on the other side of sleep.
Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know.
Shadow. It's what the light spirits called dark power. Do you remember what that spirit said about how you had to match the power of the King of Shadows? Could it really be so easy? Is this all there is to it? There's a total of 3 fused shadows. I think the other light spirits have the rest. If you want to know exactly what fused shadows are, well, maybe I'll tell you if you find the other 2. I guess you'd better do your best to find them, huh? Alright. So let's not waste any more time here when we could be looking for the other 2. I agree, let's get out of here, man. This place is creeping me out now. I'll get you out of here. You pick up that heart container that fell out of that thing. Alright, sounds good to me. So yeah, Minna will pretty much just teleport us out of the temple. First, let's grab our heart container. And now, we have a total of 4 hearts. Awesome. Alright, let's get out of here, Minna. Yes, I would very much love to leave this place. Never want to come back here again, that's for sure. It's always a good feeling when you complete a temple. Anyways, here we are back at the springs. Heroic Link. Do not think that Hyrule is now saved from the spread of Twilight. Leave these woods and go to the west, where you will find the land protected by the spirit Eldin. There you will find those you seek. But know that these lands lie in Twilight. They are now a dark realm covered by the clouds of dusk. If you set foot beyond the current of Twilight, you will revert to your beast form, so be prepared. Hero chosen by the gods. Leave these woods and go west, the land of the spirit Eldin. That's better. Searching should be much easier now. But of course, you feel the need to go help the other light spirits, don't you? Well, don't worry. When you turn into a beast again, I'll take good care of you. The first thing you need to do is find the land covered in twilight. Once you do, I'll help you out. See you later. Alright, so we know what we need to do next now. But you know what? That's going to have to wait until the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want us more, consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we completed up the first temple, the forest temple, and we talked to our good friend the Light Spirit, who told us that there are 3 more Light Spirits in need of our help. So, in this episode, well, we're gonna leave our familiar forest in search of the next land covered in twilight. That way we can help out the next Light Spirit. Now, you're probably wondering where you need to go to actually leave this forest. Well, it's actually quite simple. Just head back towards our good friend the Lantern Guy and keep going forward. This gate was actually previously locked, but you know, since we actually do need to go this way, of course, it's going to be unlocked for us, and now we can enter a brand new area in the game. Probably one of my favorite areas in the game. Not going to spoil what it is, but if you're familiar with Zelda, you should know this tune. The game will tell us, you know, soon enough where exactly this is, but my gosh, this is like one of my favorite renditions of this tune. But welcome guys, welcome to Hyrule Field. Now, this is just a small taste of Hyrule Field. Obviously, we can't explore the vast expanses of it just yet. Right now, we're sort of limited to a small portion, probably about the size of Ocarina of Time's Hyrule Field, but don't worry, we'll get to the rest a little bit later on. We have horseshoe grass right here, which we can use to call Epona. Sadly, we haven't rescued Epona yet, so that's going to do us no good. Now, Hyrule Field is actually kind of empty, as you can see. You can also see, like, the twilight over, you know, Hyrule Castle in the distance, and I always thought that was a really cool, like, ominous touch, but like I was saying, Hyrule Field is kind of empty, and that kind of is an issue that I have with this game, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's just that, you know, when you're traveling long distances, kind of like we are right now, there's really not too much to see. There are a few things that we can do since, like, this is our first time in Hyrule Field. One of the things that we can do is get this heart piece on top of this tree. So what you want to do is just pull out your boomerang, target that heart piece, and let her rip, because it'll bring it right back to us. So there we go. Now we only need to get one more, and we can fill up another heart container. If this was like any other Zelda game, we already would have filled it up, but I digress. Doesn't matter. Another thing that we can do that is new to Twilight Princess is collect this thing. It's a golden bug. So just go up to it and pick it up. So we got ourselves a golden male beetle. Now, anytime you get a golden insect, there will be a male and a female version, and both of those versions will be in the same area. So the female version of that golden beetle will be somewhere in Hyrule Field. We're actually going to pick that up right now. I'm not going to explain what they do just yet, but keep in mind that you're going to want to keep an eye out for them and collect them if you do see them, because they are kind of important, especially if you are planning on 100% the game like I am. Anyways, these are normal card rocks. We saw the Twilight variant of these, you know, when we first transformed into a wolf and we were scaling Hyrule Castle to meet Zelda. But yeah, these are just the normal world versions of them. Nothing too special, really. But as you can see, Hyrule Field is just filled with enemies. You don't really need to fight them. In fact, you probably could just walk past most of them, but that's no fun, you know? Fight them, man. Be adventurous. Spice things up a little bit. But, anyways, the female golden beetle is actually directly in front of us. It's on that tree, which you can barely see. You can't actually get up there normally. So, what you want to do is, alright, dude, come on. That was really rude. I was trying to point out that golden beetle. You just came out of nowhere and attacked me. You know what? You need to die for that. That's the only solution. You need to die. See? That's what happens, man. Don't mess with me. I got a sword. I'm dangerous. I'm gonna take your heart, too. Alright, so, now that that is done, like I was saying, yeah, to get this golden beetle, what you want to do, just lock onto it with the Gale Boomerang, and there you go. Be careful, though, because it won't actually put it in your hands. It's still going to fly away, so sort of watch the shadow on the ground and just figure out where it lands, because as soon as it lands, well, yeah, you can pick it up just like that. Don't worry about stepping on it. You're not going to hurt it. So there we go. Now we have the male and female golden beetles. I'll show those off in a second, but for now, let's keep going down this path, because soon enough, we should get interrupted by a new character. Any day now. There we go. Hey! And look at this guy. He might seem familiar if you played Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Go no further, there's a black wall ahead that blocks the way. Well, that sounds like something that we're interested in. I thought I would deliver a few letters, but it seems impossible. I am the honorable and dependable letter carrier, known to some as the postman. Now that I have introduced myself, please take this letter and read at your leisure. To read a letter, press, yeah, alright, so open up the collection screen, you can read the letters. there, pretty much. You can do that to read any letters you receive. Do it whenever you see fit. Which, honestly, you probably won't do that often. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail. Alright, buddy. Have fun. But yeah, letters, not really too important in this game. But I do actually want to show that off, so let me just open up the menu real quick. And as you can see, we got two new things. First and foremost, the golden bugs. So we can open this up, and here's a list of where all the golden bugs are. We have the male and female golden beetles right now. We'll have to filter the rest later on. And then we have our letters, so we can open this up and see all the mail that we've got. Right now, we only have this one thing from the postman that basically says, if you ever see the postman, don't run away from him. He just wants to give you your mail. That's basically it, though. So, enough of that. Hey, man, you need to, like, back off, dude. I was just looking at the menus. There was no need for you to, like, run up to me, try and punch me in the face. How rude is that, man? These monsters have no class. Anyways, though, let's keep following this path because there's really nothing else that we need to do in Hyrule Field right now. And like the postman said, there was a black wall up ahead. That's actually the wall of Twilight that leads to the next area. So, there it is directly in front of us. And yep, it's about to get real dark again. Hey, it was much closer than I thought. Yeah, it kind of was, wasn't it? You remember, right? You know what this is. Yeah, we know. If you set foot in there, you might be a wolf again for quite some time. For at least as long as it takes for you to save the light of Eldin from the Twilight anyways. So, shall we try to go see the light spirit of Eldin? Well, yeah, we really don't have much of a choice. Let's do it. Those things look so intimidating, man. Want me to let you into the Twilight? Let's do it, Midna. Back into the fray, I suppose. And just as we were getting used to being a human again. Oh well, the wolf form isn't too bad, and a lot of you guys actually seem to like it, so I guess I'm in the minority of people who don't really like the wolf form, but this is like the biggest tease ever. Look, you stand up perfectly fine, and then yeah, all of a sudden you're back in your wolf form again. It's kind of funny. That's a good boy. Now you just need to listen to what I say from now on. Ah, look, how lovely. The black clouds of Twilight are so fetching today. I feel so much more at ease here. And you look so much better like this than in those dusty old clothes anyway. So, let's get going. Well, Min, I mean, you are from the Twilight, so it would make sense why you would feel better here, but let's get to exploring. And hey, what's this? It's like a weird smoke cloud that actually looks like a handle, maybe to a wooden sword that we might know of. Let's sniff and check it out. What could this be? It is the wooden sword, the same one that we gave to Tallow and Mallow. And Beth's scent is there too, as well as Colin's. Well, isn't that interesting? But there we go, we got the youth's scent. So now we can sort of follow their trail. See, isn't being a wolf more convenient? Now, hone your senses. You've begun to reawaken as a wolf, I think. Yeah. Quiet you. Alright, if we use our senses, we can follow the trail. Now, I actually know where this trail goes, so I'm going to keep it off just so we can sort of see a little bit better what's going on. But yeah, the wolf gameplay does get slightly more interesting just because we do get a few new abilities and stuff like that. Anyways, let's take out all these shadow beasts, or twilight beasts real quick. And this will actually create another portal. Now, I really haven't been explaining the portals too much, because, well, the game is actually going to do most of the explaining for me right now. What's this? That's strange. The bridge is gone. I wonder if this is the work of those shadow creatures. Ugh, what a pain. Oh well, let's look for it. You, get your map out. I'm just a wolf right now. I don't know what you expect me to do. The yellow arrow marks where we are. You knew that, right? Whenever you destroy those creatures from the darkness, a portal opens that looks like this on the map. So we have 4 of them already. You hear me? It's called a portal. You better remember that. I got it. And in those woods we came through, yes, it's got to be around there. I'll use my power to take you to the location of the open portal. Pick where you want to go. Alright, now I didn't point this out, but you're going to want to go over to the northern parts of Faron Woods because that's where the missing bridge actually is. So let's travel there. and Midna will just take us directly through the portal. But yeah, the missing bridge is actually there. You can see it in the woods. I don't know why I didn't point it out, when we passed by it like twice. Just sort of slipped my mind, I suppose. So I apologize about that. See, I told you, we're here. Most people can't leave the Twilight that easily. You better be grateful. It's your job to look for the bridge. Look hard. Don't worry, we really don't need to look that hard because, yeah, it is literally right next to us. So let's just call upon Midna again. Wow, it's perfect, don't you think? What do you think? Should we take it? Of course we should take it. Good, little obedient wolf. Alright, so that was easy. All we need to do now is teleport right back to that portal where we defeated those beasts at Kakariko Gorge. And Midna, well, she's gonna do the rest. She's gonna do all the heavy lifting for us. Because, we're just a wolf right now. We can't do anything. So, it's a good thing that she has the power of the Twilight that she can use. Oh man, that's so cool, man. I just love seeing the bridge disappear. And then of course, we go right in after it. So incredibly useful. And obviously, we can use the portals later on to, go to different locations, sort of as a fast travel method. It's not just for moving objects around, although you can do that. But there we go. The bridge is right back to where it belongs. And you know what that means? Now we can keep following the youth scent and figure out where our friends are. Hopefully, help them out. See? Just as I thought. So, isn't the power of Twilight amazing? It is pretty useful. Call me if you need the power again. It should help you find what we're looking for, don't you think? Alright, let's keep going. I agree. Alright, so let's use our senses again, and yep, the trail is still here, so we can keep following this. I'm going to try and not use my senses all that much, because it limits your vision and makes the screen all dark, which obviously isn't that good for a video. But if you're new to playing this game or haven't played it in a while and don't know it as well as I do, then just leave it on. It's not really going to hurt you too much unless you get ambushed by a few enemies, but other than that, you should be fine. It's just that a lot of the times when I'm playing through a game recording, I do things differently than I normally would just to make the video better. Anyways, though, keep following the scent up to this gate and check it out. It was kind of creepy, huh? And apparently Midna is just as confused as we are. What are they doing there? It's a good question. This is a pretty elaborate gate. What are they trying to keep in? Or out? I bet it'll be worth our while to dig in, and it looks like someone has already started. So what do you say we finish up their work and just dig right on over to the other side? Of course, we can't let these enemies live now that they know we're here, so let's take these guys out real quick. That is one thing that I don't like about the combat in the wolf form. It's that when you jump attack and it knocks enemies down, you have to wait for them to get back up to attack them again. Oh well, though, doesn't really matter. As you can see, the scent still goes through here, so let's just keep following it. And this will lead us to one of my favorite areas of the game. Check it out. We are in the new and improved Twilight Princess version of Kakariko Village. And obviously, there are some Twilight beasts there that we need to take out. So, what do you say we take care of them real quick? You know what's weird about these guys? I always have trouble getting them in a giant circle. This is not going to work because now I only have access to one of them. But I always have trouble getting these guys in a giant group of 3. Actually, I probably could just attack one of them and then kill the other 2 since they were kind of close to each other. So, there we go. That'll work. Get out of here, friends. And that will actually create another portal for us. So, again, very, very useful, man. All these portals will come into play a little bit later on. You'll see. To the hero who was transformed into a blue-eyed beast in the realm of shadow in Twilight. This way. So obviously that is the next Spirit of Light, Eldin. And as soon as we talk to him, he's going to task us with filling up another Vessel of Light. And obviously that's going to take some time. So you know what? We're going to do that in the next episode. If you guys enjoy this part, like button would be greatly appreciated. If you wanted some more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we crossed Hyrule Field and entered a new area of the Twilight Realm. And in this episode, well, we're going to try and dispel the twilight here in the Kakariko province. So, let's start by talking to this light spirit. I am a spirit of light. Hero, chosen by the gods. Look for my light. Gather the light stolen by the shadows into this. Alright, so we got another vessel of light. Hooray! We know exactly what we need to do with this. And it's going to take a while, trust me on that. The insects of darkness, they are the form taken by the evil that attached itself to my scattered light. In this shadowy twilight, the shadow insects are invisible, much as the people from your light world are. With the last of my power, let me mark your map with the location of the tears that have been turned into shadow insects. But be careful, the darkness now hunts you. Alright, so as you can see, there are a ton of white dots on our map now, but before we start collecting the tears, there's actually one more thing that I want to do, and it's kind of an important cutscene, so let's come over here and just talk to Midna. Hey, you can climb up here. Alright, that sounds like a good idea, so let's just use Midna to jump all the way up to this roof, and make sure you step on these boards, that way you can fall directly into this building. Now, as you can see, there are a ton of spirits in here, so what do you say we use our senses to see what's going on? Christ, I don't see those black brutes anywhere. They've got to be hiding somewhere, waiting for their helpless prey to come out. Then they'll feast. We are safe as long as we remain in here, child. Be at ease. Oh yeah? I wonder if the monsters out there agree with you. They sure didn't seem impressed by my bombs. How long do you think we can hold this sanctuary against beasts that strong, huh? Once they attack, it's over. Remember the lady from the general store? Just one of those things attacked her, and a whole gang from town went to save her.
A wondrous place beckons. It's named Jolly Town, with snackles aplenty and free gifts to be found.
And what happened? She was already gone, and there were 2 monsters waiting. You connecting the dots? That means that if we get attacked by them, then we'll be Barnes. Look, Renato, all I mean to say is that it's risky here too. Ain't you got some place we can hide? There is a cellar. What? You got a cellar? Where's the entrance, man? The entrance to the cellar is designed to open when all the candles have been lit. I would not do that. When Father instructed me to secure the cellar, I saw insects like the beasts outside. Don't cry, Dad. It'll be okay. Link is coming to save us all. I can feel it. These kids needed to come save them. What a hero! How sad to be right in front of someone and not be noticed at all. You are chosen by the gods, and only that keeps you from turning into a spirit, or worse, into a dark monster when you enter the twilight. And no one knows what you have done. you may be doomed to toil in obscurity forever. You're the type to worry about everything, I can tell. But don't fret over Princess Zelda. She chose this state of affairs after all. Anyway, what's with having to light candles to get to the basement? Not very subtle, is it? So, what are you gonna do now, my lonely little hero? Man, it's kind of sad, like, all of these people, they have no hope whatsoever, and then Colin's the only one who still believes that we're here to actually save him. And he's right. But in order to save them, we need to open up the basement. So just run around with that stick on fire. You'll be able to light all the candles, and that will pretty much open up the way to the basement. So let's head down here because, like that little girl said, she saw insects down here. And wouldn't you believe it? There are 3 twilight insects, or shadow bugs, whatever you want to call them. And we need to take these guys out. That way we can collect our first 3 tiers of light. It's nice that you get like 3 of them so quickly right off the bat, but like, trust me, those are the easiest ones to get in this area. So now we got to get out of here, but we can talk to Midna, and obviously, how about that? She notices an exit. Looks like you can climb the scaffolding. Alright, so we'll just talk to her again, and of course, use her to jump our way out of here. And this will take us to the Kakariko Graveyard. So this is like still attached to the village, just a little bit on the outskirts. There's actually another shadow bug we can find around here somewhere. Where is he? He should be under the ground. Oh, there he is. Alright, so yeah, we gotta just like dig him up, and there we go. Now we can attack him and get ourselves our 4th tier of light. Get over here, man. I'm telling you, attacking these bugs is like one of the hardest things about getting the tiers of light. But there we go, now we got it. Doesn't help that we have all these twilight keys around us either. These guys need to just get out of here. Alright, so now that we got our 4th tier of light, we're pretty much done in the graveyard for now, so let's just leave. There's really nothing else that we can do in this area. Now, the reason why I'm saying this one takes forever is because all of the shadow insects are pretty much in the different houses here in Kakariko Village, and they can be really hard to track down if you don't know exactly where they are or how to sort of get them to come out from hiding. So let's go into this house real quick and I'll sort of explain what I mean, since I know there are a couple of insects in here that we can collect pretty easily. First thing you want to do, turning the senses, you can see that the insect is sort of inside this fireplace. So just like before with lighting the candles, what you want to do, grab a stick and then come over to this flame, light the stick on fire, and if we bring it over to this fireplace, we can put it down and sort of smoke the insect out. Now, where did it actually go? Because normally it lands in the center of the room. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, but like normally when you smoke it out, it sort of like flies away and lands in the center of the room. I don't know why it went up here, but it doesn't really matter. We can just attack it and get our tier of light as usual. Now make sure you don't leave this building just yet, because there is still one more insect that you can actually collect. So make sure you always explore these buildings thoroughly, because 9 times out of 10, like if you don't know where the insects are already, you may miss one just by not like thoroughly exploring the building. Oh, I didn't even know there was an enemy up here. Get out of here, man. No one wants to deal with you. You can also knock down these like cupboards or whatever, and sometimes insects will be behind them, but in this case, it's just a rupee. The other insect is actually in this room though, and oh wow, we actually knocked off the wall already. I believe it's normally on the wall where that bed is, but I guess since we like knocked down the shelving or whatever, it knocked off the bug for us. So that's kind of cool. But there we go, we got ourselves another tier of light. I believe that is all the insects in this area. There's no more like white dots, so we should be good to leave this area. And we're pretty much just going to leave through the exact same entrance that we came in. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because in some cases, you will exit through a different, way than when you came in to get like more bugs and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Always look for like alternate ways to enter and exit buildings. Anyways, though, let's come over to the side of this house because there's actually a little tiny cave that we can crawl through. And yes, there is another insect inside this building. I believe it's just one of them. So let's get up here, and this one's actually very, very simple. So all you gotta do, turn on your senses, climb up here, and yep, there he is, just chilling out on the wall. So we can easily just attack him and grab this tier of light. There we go. Alright, so now we can be on our way. We'll just exit the same way we came in because there's really nothing else that we need to do in this building at this point. So we're doing good so far, but like, if you don't know where these insects are beforehand, like a lot of people consider this to be one of the hardest like tier of light missions just because all the different buildings you gotta go in and how well hidden the insects actually are. And I can see why they would think that. Like, if I hadn't played this game before, this would probably take me a lot longer, and it's still gonna take quite a while. But anyways, there's another insect inside this building, and oh yeah, he's under the crate. I thought he was like behind the cupboard, but that's a different house. So, whoops. Let's just push this crate this time. There we go. And there's our little insect buddy. So, let's just grab his tier of light, and then we will be on our way. Now, to get out of here, what you want to do is... Oh, wait, no, that's a different house. Never mind. I'm getting all of my houses confused. In this one, all we got to do is step up here and, Oh, wait, actually, hang on. Let's go down one more, and... There we go. Now we can talk to Minna. If you're done with your errand, then let's get out of here. Yeah, you gotta talk to Minna first, otherwise she won't, like, let you use her jumping ability to get out of the house. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but not really that big of a deal. Anyways, let's head over to this weird metal-looking building and go on top of its shed because we're going to use this to jump right through this window and into this weird, like, industrial-looking building. But let's head upstairs because this is where the next insect is, and this is the one that is behind the cupboard. So there we go. Come down here, man. You know what? Alright, you know what? Fine. We'll do it this way. Oh, man. There we go. Got ourselves another tier of light. And you'll notice that there's actually another exit up on the top. And that's how we're actually going to get out of this building. Because I don't believe you can exit through the broken window. But it doesn't matter because we actually need to go up here. This will pretty much take us to the roof and give us access to this upper area of Kakariko Village. And, ooh, there's another insect over here. So, let's go and follow him into this next house. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I always forgot. You always have to press up to continue, like, falling through the little cave. I always forget that part isn't automatic, because, like, the first time, it is. Anyways, there's some insects hiding in, like, this fireplace again. So, we've done this trick before. Let's just grab this stick and, light that place on fire. That'll show these guys. So, aha! Except... that'll actually light the insects on fire, and that'll light the whole place on fire. What did you do? Sorry, but as romantic as this is, I'm not going to stay here with you. I'm getting out. So yeah, Minna is getting out of this place, and I think we should follow because this place is about to blow. So let's get out of here, man. We'll just chalk that up to a freak accident. But yeah, the entire place just literally blows up. And what's funny is, yep, there's 3 tiers of light just left behind, so the insects died in the explosion. I don't suppose there's any nicer way to hunt these things, huh? Well, you had to sacrifice someone's house to find tiers of light, but that's how the cookie crumbles, right? I'm glad Minna is so supportive of us and our destructive habits, but there we go. Nice and easy, 3 tiers of light. Alright, now there's only one more white dot on our map right now, but that's actually not entirely true. I believe there's 2 more dots after this one, but we have to go to a sort of different section on the map. So, for now, let's just head up this mountain, because there is one more building that we can enter and get the last insect of this area. So, let's just dig through. Alright, you know what, Hard Rock? You need to get out of here. Let me just turn on my senses, that way we can dig through this. I always forget I have to do that sometimes, but anyways... now that we're in this house, let's figure out where this last insect actually is. Oh yeah, this one's easy. It's actually right inside one of these pots. So, let's just get this guy. Bam, done. Alright, give me your tier of light. And after this, well, guess what? We've only got 3 more tiers of light to collect. So let's get out of this joint. There is nothing else in here for us. It seems like we're making good progress, but there's still kind of a lot to do, believe it or not. Anyways, let's take a leap of faith and just jump right back down into the village. Now, we actually want to exit the village towards the upper left area, actually. And that's where the rest of the bugs are going to be. There's also a few other things that we can do along the way, but ooh, check it out. There's this spirit all the way up there. I wonder who that could be. Looks like the path's impassable, but I can get you up it if you want to go. Alright, well that is good because we need to do that. So let's just come over here and let's use Midnight to jump all the way over here. Now, check it out. This is actually the spirit of a Goron, my personal favorite race in the Zelda series, but we're not going to listen to him right now. We'll learn more about the Gorons a little bit later on, so I kind of want to save that until then. Yes, there's some more, you know, shadow creatures over here. We're not going to deal with them, though, so let's just ignore them for now and walk right by them. I'm more interested in actually getting all of the shadow bugs so we can finish filling up the Tears of Light. And speaking of which, there is a bug in this area. I think he's actually up one though. Oh, watch out for these like steam things too, because they will do damage to you. But there he is. I knew it was over here somewhere. Oh, and there's actually another thing in this area that's new as well. I'll show that off right after we get this Tear of Light. So, right up here is a Howling Stone. So, what do you say we listen to it real quick? So as you can see, it's sort of like making a note for us to follow, and we can actually howl, which I'm really bad at, by the way, but you can howl by pressing A and then use the analog stick to like change your pitch and stuff, and if you actually do it correctly, I'm surprised it even worked, because that was like really, really bad, but yeah, check it out. It's the Golden Wolf, and we know exactly who that is. I love this scenery, by the way. Alright, let's try it again, but do it a little bit better. That wasn't too bad. You might actually recognize this tune, so give it a listen real quick. Sound familiar? You might know that as the Song of Healing. Let teaching of old pass to you. Take sword in hand and find me. Alright, so once we turn back into a human, we'll have to make sure we can find the Golden Wolf again to learn a new hidden skill. But yeah, like all of the, oh, he's marked on our map too for us, but all those like Howling Stone tunes, they're pretty much going to be tunes from other Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, or in this case, Majora's Mask. And I just think it's really cool how they have like little subtle references to previous Zelda titles in that with the Howling Stones and stuff like that. Although I'm really bad at the Howling Stones, like I gotta get better at them. I don't know, for whatever reason my brain just always messes it up. Anyways, here we are at Death Mountain. Yeah, it looks a little bit different, especially if you're used to the one you know, from Ocarina of Time, but it's still equally as cool. We also have 4 Shadow Beasts over here, so it's a little bit different, but make sure you go over to this like singled out one and take him out first. That way, you know, you have all this area to take out 3 of them, and oh man, this is not gonna work, is it? Well, that kind of stinks. I messed that one up a lot. I always do that, man. I don't know why, like, I can never get this right on the first try. Anyway, let's take this guy out again. And now I should only have 2 of these guys to take on. So 1, 2, buckle my shoe, there we go. Second time's the charm, my friends. And then, of course, we'll create another portal for us here at Death Mountain. We can use that a little bit later on. Anyway, turn your senses because, yep, there is another shadow bug right over here. And if you want to, like, oh, come on, that was, like, totally close enough. Alright, friend, can you, like, fly a little bit lower, because I cannot hit you. Come on, buddy. Get down here, dude. What are you doing? There we go. Alright. That guy was, like, more shadow insect left. Alright, so let's just call upon Minna and jump up here. Watch out for that steam, by the way. You don't want to jump like into it because it will interrupt your jump and do a little bit of damage. Speaking of interruptions, watch out for the rocks here too because they're all over the place. But let's just call Minna. One more. Are you kidding me, man? As soon as I say watch out for the rocks, I get hit by one. What are the odds of that? Anyways, like I was saying, use Minna one more time to jump right up here. And the last insect is in this area. So let's just jump down and it's somewhere over there. It is. Oh my gosh, it's the last guy. Are you kidding me? Alright, you know what? Let me just like get rid of all these other freaking Twilight monsters first. Alright, Bug, you need to die. Where are you? Get over here. Alright, fine. And Cardrock, get out of here too. You're dead as well. Where's my Tear Blight? I just want to get that and get out of here, man. It's scary. Oh, alright. There we go. We finally filled up the Vessel of Light after like 900 hours. At least that's what it felt like. But it's done. The Vessel of Light is full of tears, and the light has returned to this area. We did it. And we're back to our human self. And oh man, look at Death Mountain. It looks so cool in the background. Aw, I was just starting to have fun. Don't forget that few shadow. See you later. Bye, Minna. It's not really like you're going anywhere. You're just becoming our shadow, so it's not like you're leaving, but whatever. I digress. And here he is. It's the light spirit that we saved. My name is Eldon. I am one of the light spirits of Hyrule. I am the spirit that guards these lands. O great hero chosen by the gods. The dark power you seek lies in the sacred grounds of the proud mountain dwellers. But already those grounds have been defiled, draped in shadow and seeded with evil. You must go to those sacred grounds and cleanse them.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put out treating them.
And Clusa treats all main types of
Link! Poor Colin, man. He just gets pushed in the dirt. Haha! See, Beth? I told you Link would save us. You are the one from Mordon whom these children spoke of. We are well met. I am Renato, shaman of this town. And this is my daughter, Luna. Oh man, poor Barnes. The beast took us and left us to die, but Mr. Renato found us. At first, I couldn't believe they had come from so distant a place as the Ordon province. Yeah, we don't remember much. All of a sudden everyone was captured and then, until now, it's been like a nightmare. Yeah, it was like a terrible dream and we couldn't wake up. Nightmares are everywhere these days, it seems. This village has certainly seen its share of recent hardships. The dark beast attacked, but even worse was the sudden, inexplicable change in the mountain-dwelling Goron tribe. They had long been our friends, but suddenly treated us as foes. Even now, they refuse to permit us entry into their minds. It strains the limits of belief to think that such a gentle and proud tribe could change so suddenly. It makes me wonder if something in those minds is the cause of this change. In any case, you must take these children and flee this village before more nightmares descend. I, of course, cannot leave my village in such a time. There is no telling what may happen to us here. But it is my job to try and coax the Gorons back from their recent change of heart. Alright, well, we dispelled the Twilight here in Kakariko Village, and it seems like the Light Guild wants us to go to Death Mound. However, we're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to support, consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode...
Alright, everybody. That's going to be it for tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. There will be more Legend of Zelda tomorrow. Twilight Princess. So, have a great night. Stay lit and stay safe.